Manisikia? Nasikika na mgao ya live. Mahali popote ulipo mpenzi mtazamaji na msikilizaji kamalia. Today's studio, we are much privileged to have great men and great students of East University who are trying to just give us a gist of what's happening in terms of politics. Now, I'm going to show political terms. For the sake of time, and also I understand that watu wengi wanataka kulala, lakini lazima tusikize hiki. From my far left, tuko naye kijana mkali sana, labda tutambulishe kwa jina lake na kisha atusalimie na hao wengine wote ndani. Hebu tuanze huko kisha hebu sema jina lako kwa ajili ya msikilizaji.
Thank you so much. My name is Rafiki. I was called Mr. Ricardo. I'm a student here at university. And I love politics life, so that's why we are here this week. Thank you.
Shukran sana. That's great. Tukuja kwa kijana mwingine hapo, kwa yeye ametulia sana, labda ni kuita. I'm a teacher. I love politics. I need politics. I'm here so that you can understand the country Kenya very well, whatever is taking place in the third part of the country. Stay tuned. It's going to be fun. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. My name is Edgar, and once somebody asked me that if you give your young son or daughter your hand to bite, and he or she meets you painful, do you give them your hand again to bite? We're going to have a very lecture tonight. I also love politics, that's why I'm here, and thank you very much.
Much welcome. Hey, our listeners all over the world, Massive from Nayolites anasema mbona wanaogopa kuongea? Ni sawa tu, ndio tumeanza na tunaingia. Hata swali kwetu siku ya leo. Swali ambalo linauliza mtoto like the main issue. Let me try to use English. There is shenanigans going on in our country, whereby you see one shouting, I believe in one term, the other one shouting, I believe in two terms. In your own opinion, Silkar.
Yes.
In your opinion. What is it?
Kwanza kabisa ningependa kusema kwamba mimi ni kwanza na ninavyoona hapa nobody can mention kukali. Kwa hivyo mimi kama mwanafunzi na pia I'm saying one time because of two three things that's going on in this government zenye hatupendi kama mimi nahisi ni kwamba nakandamizwa wananchi wanakandamizwa na
tunataka kuelewa what is one and what is two term. Before we do it, one term and two term.
Basically, one term kumaanisha kwamba hii serikali ni sawa kwa hii term pekee yake, alafu yeye ni mbali. Mnasikiliza wanawaambia kwamba two term wanahisi ni kwamba wasawa hii term, alafu tena madiration 57 na wengine ndio two term hawana. Ikamweka
I say, what do you think is one term?
It's not what I think. What the country is basically confused. Part of Kenya that thinks that President William Ruto is going to serve his first 3 years of governance. We, the people who are concerned about the future of this country, we know that President Ruto is going to serve his 10 years of governance before going home. That is what I strongly believe in, and that's what I know is going to happen. Politically, that's what is going to happen. Then from there, we'll take things from 2032, then see where the country. Before we say one term or two term, we need to understand first the history of this country and how the country has been governed, and then we need to know what is happening in the dark parts of the country. That's when we make a sound judgment of whether to say one term or two term. But basically, it's about the government, the time period for president to go with the country. Thank you.
Welcome, much. Edgar.
Yes, sir.
Do you have any cultural opinion? What else?
No, I don't have any cultural opinion. But in layman's language, what people refer to as one term, or I hear others have been called quarter term. We don't want to talk about that. But basically, 2 terms is 10 years. That is first tenure in office, and again now the second tenure in office. But one term is 5 years in office. Our constitution says that office of the president and the office of the governor, you can do them in a minimum of 10 years, and an election after 5 years. So basically, they are saying that once you are elected and you don't serve a second term, that is you are one term. And once you are elected in 10 years in office, that means that you are in 2 terms. Yeah, that is maintained.
Someone seems kutana sana especially kwa sababu kama ni kuta. Okay, our sound here about that for the sake of and have technicalities alafu kwa children I don't know how to pronounce this. Ujanda anasema watu nakusia sana we are watching. What is this? Mansichia, but kuna echo. Yeah, we're working on that. Our fellow Kenyans and the listeners. As our technicians are working on that, let's have our opinions on that. Now, here's a normal Kenyan is a virtue. Where should I belong? Should I belong in 2 term or 1? And why?
Okay, that's a good question. Basically, 1 term is not a unique thing because once somebody is elected to serve for 5 years, he submit that only term first. Understand? So his relation to second term will be determined by how he has worked. So that now Kenya can decide this person has worked well, we can now give him the next term. And so to your question, I advise that you be 1 term, give this regime, you just hang him on so that action is term, but the same you go, get another one, also try his blood. So be 1 term, okay, that's what we need. I don't know why it's right. Why? Because there are a lot of things that we see in this country, including the shortest time that this president has served, and we wouldn't like to see much of it again the next time. Talk about the extradition killings, talk about the scandals, talk about agricultural terrorists. There are a lot of things that are going on in this country that wouldn't want another Kenya to go through the second term of this regime. I don't know if
as a normal person, as a common Kenyan, you tell me, okay, you advise me 1 term or 2 term and why?
Now, I don't need to advise anybody on anything. I only need to paint a picture so that anyone Kenya makes his own decision, his or her own decision. Now, for us to understand whatever is going to take place, either something becomes 1 term or 2 term, we need to understand the history of our country. First,
we need to know that in 1888, Kenya was registered as a company. That is when it was when the British took Kenya as a shamba. Then it was registered as the British East African Company. Later in 1963, that is around 14 years later, the British sold the country to the first head of state of the country. I'm saying sold because when the whites left, money was borrowed from IMF. That was $63 trillion, $63 billion sterling pounds. The money that was borrowed was used to pay the British so that they could leave us our land, so that they go and invest back in the country. Now, from that point, we think that this is a parastatal that has been sold to us as Kenyans. The parastatal was sold to the first man. The second person who owned the parastatal was Moin, who made a lot of money from the parastatal. The third person was Baji, who made a lot of money from the parastatal. The fourth person was the son of the first man, who made a lot of money also from the parastatal. Now, I think it comes when a local chicken seller from somewhere even Sugoi comes into the picture. Now, the person comes in and changes everything changes, the systems of governance change, the agenda, the politics of the country changes from tribal-based politics to agenda-based politics. Now, from that point, we find that the guy came in with a lot of ideas. The ideas that he promised the country, he has been working on each and every of them. If all have not been achieved, some have been achieved, a lot of them have been achieved. So, being that in the short period of time that this person has been here, he has been able to achieve a lot of the agenda that he promised, we can say that if we have another time, we will achieve more and more of the things. There are failures and successes of an individual. Actually, failure and success are relative. So, we can look at his flaws and his failures, then make our minds emotionally make our judgments, thinking that we are going to finish it or we are going to punish it. But in the real sense, we will be punishing ourselves by focusing so much on the failures rather than on the successes. Now, somebody who has understood the history very well, how it has grown, we realize that the economic status of this country has shifted in the last 3-4 years. It means it has been different from whatever has been taking place. It has been a thing of shares and tribal clashes, each and every tribe fighting to own a share of the government. But this time around, the government belongs to each and every person, belongs to all of us. But if we are suffering, everybody is suffering. If we are feeling good, every part of the country is feeling good. It means there is something that is uniform. The local chicken seller has changed everything. Now, let's think of the time that we are going to take next. We've already experimented. Now, what if we add more and more time? Experience comes in. Yeah, more sharpening of skills and one skill. Test and fail. We fail in one project, then we know what to do next. That's now my analogy. A same Kenyan will be able to decide on what to do, which side to take.
Okay, some facts are there, some facts are not verified, but I believe we will have enough time to look at them, and I will strictly out.
tutachukuliwa naye Yesu kwenda paradiso ya milele. Hakika itakuwa ya kufana kabisa. Kuna harusi inaingojea yake kondoo wake Mungu, kuja kuolewa kanisa litunzalo imani yao. Tutachukuliwa naye Yesu kwenda paradiso ya milele. Hakika itakuwa ya kufana kabisa. Siku inayokuja tutamwona Bwana Yesu akija kutoka mawinguni na ujira wake mkononi, kuja kuolewa kanisa. Ni vema tuwe bikira wa imani kumngoja Bwana Yesu ajapo duniani. Ndipo siku inayokuja tutamwona Bwana Yesu akija kutoka mawinguni na ujira wake mkononi, kuja kuolewa kanisa. Ni vema tuwe bikira wa imani kumngoja Bwana Yesu ajapo duniani. Kuna harusi inaingojea yake kondoo wake Mungu, kuja kuolewa kanisa litunzalo imani yao. Tutachukuliwa naye Yesu kwenda paradiso ya milele. Hakika itakuwa ya kufana kabisa. Kuna harusi inaingojea yake kondoo wake Mungu, kuja kuolewa kanisa litunzalo imani yao. Tutachukuliwa naye Yesu kwenda paradiso ya milele. Hakika itakuwa ya kufana kabisa. Harusi inaingojea yake kondoo wake Mungu, kuja kuolewa kanisa litunzalo imani yao. Tutachukuliwa naye Yesu kwenda paradiso ya milele. Hakika itakuwa ya kufana kabisa. Kuna harusi inaingojea yake kondoo itakuwa ya kufana. Iko karibu, tumeambiwa kila kuchao kuwa mwana wake Mungu ametangaza ndoa yake kati ya waumini wote wamjuaye Mungu Baba.
Yes. Yes, mahali popote ulipo, our technicians have been working on the sounds, and I believe to some point inaendelea kukua sawa despite having a major hic. due to some technicalities, but I believe sahi watu wanasikika kwa njia iliyo safi. Tulikuwa bado tunaenda kwa Edgar hata kama iko lakini iko kwa umbali na tutajaribu kuishughulikia tukiendelea. Edgar, labda maoni yako ni yapi na mbona mtu aingie one term ama two term according to you?
Going back to your question that you posed, you asked me like a part of this mission.
Yeah.
You choose to be one term or you choose to be a two term. First of all, that's a very tough question. Because that you asked me to tell you what I should be to learn or not. Why am I saying that? When you go to a polling station or a voting unit and you want to vote, when you use your conscience to vote, you don't ask anybody to vote. So, one term or two term initiative, social narrative, depends on how you see this thing. Do you focus only on the negative side of the government, or do you only focus on the positive side? I have a brother. They were saying that the small extrajudicial killings and etc. This is not something that is new, and this is something that, in fact, in the past regimes, it has been more rampant compared to this regime that we've been having. And I want to say that extrajudicial killings, these are cases that are in court, and the DCI and the responsible bodies are working on them. So it's a question that it's you just have the answer. And you cannot ask me that how should I one time or two times. I think that's the best response I am giving in regards to that.
Okay. Ni maoni ambayo kulingana na wengi like Claire from alikuwa amesema Claire from South Mugranga anauliza actually when you talk of a two term and one term, most of the things that happen there ni kwamba we are just taken around by echoes of politics and we assume the main politics. I don't know. Nani ameelewa chenye huyu msichana anajaribu kusema? Labda
I think that lady, she's talking a lot of sense. Because when you go around the country, telling people that now we should not support the government, now we should do what, Tata, you as an individual, you have what you are best at, and you have also things that you are not so good at. And one day, somebody just wake up and start saying that now, Tata, because you cannot swim, now we cannot elect you or we cannot do anything with you because of your downs.
Inability to swim.
Your inability to swim. Now they are saying that they cannot take you because you cannot swim. Which is not something that is good. And before we started the show, I was telling my friend from there that everybody deserves a chance. But do you show any signs or do you show any worthiness that you are worthy towards the chance that you should be given? That lady is asking that the term politics were being shown around the country and being driven away from the main agenda. She is very right. Because when you look at the people shouting one term, they will tell you that now the president is doing this, which is wrong. But why are they not saying that now the president have done this and have done this? Now we should not vote him in for the next term because he's not doing this and this, but he has done this and this. That is what I can see.
Well, Mr. Chacha, maybe just to
echo.
this is not echoing. to just cut on what he has said, that we're shouting 2 terms. No, something that you do, if you do something good, then it speaks for itself, right? So if your government, okay, my government now, the 2 term, has done something good, why do you keep on making noise about we are 2 term, we are 2 term? Let that which you've done speak for itself. Now, my brother mentioned something on experiments. I heard him mention experiments. We are not here to experiment the government. When this government was coming in, it was very clear. It had a plan. So why tell us that now we are having experiments so that next time it's like we are doing what we call it in chemistry. There is a term they're using called confirm. So this first term, Kenyans are experimenting in government. Then the result that you want, which you will not get, now you work. That's not how this works.
My viewers are saying that you power on your sound.
Oh.
So you power on from the lower side.
Okay.
Great.
Is it okay?
No, it's okay.
So
Now you can reframe your answer.
okay, so I was saying, my friend here, Mr. Otunga was saying that people are shouting 1 term, we are making 1 term, whatever, 1 term this, 1 term that. And I was saying that whatever you do which is good speaks for itself. And if you're confident enough that you have done good things for these citizens, then why campaign all over shouting 2 term, 2 term? Why wait until you see you've done this, this, and that? Now you can decide for yourself 2 term. Mr. Dure is here, talked on experiments. That this government is experimenting things so that you give it second chance. What if you experiment again the next term? If it doesn't work, if things don't work out in this term, what assurity do we have that it will work next term? So I can tell that lady that let's give, because a president is subjected to only 1 term. Let's give him this term alone. Then also you say very well, everyone is not a chance. So let's give another person the next chance to work. Otherwise, things are not working.
Tom from Izebania, as you answer, let's tusikie maoni ya msikilizaji na mtazamaji mtawalia. Tom from Izebania anasema, kwa maoni yangu naona promises imekuwa mingi. Can we have one complete project?
But there are I think there are complete projects. When we talk about the affordable housing, if Tom goes to Isibania, that is Migori County, there are complete affordable housing projects in Migori. That is one. If you look at Talanta Stadium is currently 95% complete. When you look at the SHA is working. SHA is working very well. In fact, in the morning, I was in the hospital and SHA paid all my bills. If you look at the new funding model is working very well. I don't know what he means by one complete project, a project that is not complete. Maybe it would have been
my understanding of English,
yes.
Complete has something like 100%.
Sure.
You know, talking of 95% is not complete.
Commencement and
That
completion.
is, you know, when I say Atlanta is...
We wanted to give Isaiah a chance to...
I was just,
you know, we interrupted Isaiah. So Isaiah, can you have your...
Now, the lady has mentioned something that we are brushing over, but it's what should form the core of this conversation. There are 2 things that we are confusing. One is politics, another one is governance. Time for politics had passed. Now it is time for implementation. And I'll take us back to 2022. The reason as to why we people feel like we are in a quagmire is because we never paid attention to the little details of what is expected of us. We go to the constitution, our Kenyan constitution, which is the best document to ever had been produced for us. The first thing that appears on the first chapter is sovereign powers belong to the people and shall be exercised in accordance with the law. Now we had the sovereign powers to elect. We had 2 alternatives, and now the alternatives that were there presented their agenda. One thing that most of us won't agree with is this is the only government that is implementing their agenda word by word. So it is time for governance. Kindly let me talk. It is time for governance. It is not time for politics. When I say this government is implementing their agenda word by word, it's because most people will argue because they never understood the basics, the blueprints that formed the government. The government, while they were coming in, they produced a manifesto. It was our responsibility as the citizens of this country to understand the manifestos of all those who are vying. We were driven by emotions to elect the government that is in place. Maybe Mr. Oleo will retaliate because he never understood the manifestos of this government because we were with him in the Azimio wing. Now, let me educate as Kenyans about the manifestos of this government. The first thing that the government talked about was employment. And it is so funny that the Kenya Kwanza government never talked about the white collar employment. The Kenya Kwanza government emphasized on the blue collar employment. During the launch of the Kenya Kwanza manifesto, President Ruto gave a simple, gave the statistics of whatever is happening in the country. We have 19 million employed people in the country. Of the 19 million, 3 million are employed in the formal sector, the white collar jobs. 16 million from the 19 million are employed in the blue collar sector. Each and every year, we produce 900,000 graduates in this country, both in the university and colleges. Of the graduates that are being produced, 100,000 are absorbed in the 100,000 are absorbed in the government employment. Those are the civil servants. 50,000 are absorbed in the corporates. Like right now, this one is a corporate forming this channel and employing the people that are employed here. These are corporate. Now, 50,000 people are employed there. The rest of the people end in two fields. One is the blue collar jobs, the Juakali industry. Two, they end up in the SMEs, MSMEs, the small, medium and micro, small and medium enterprise businesses. Now, when I talk about that one alone, we understand why the government, the current government, is so concerned about the creation of blue collar jobs. Lawyers, teachers, doctors, and such like professions are complaining that they are not covered in these, their jobs are not provided for them. But when you look at the blueprints of what formed this government, they were not included. Actually, they were just given some little section towards the end of the manifesto. If you read the manifesto very well, you realize why the president or the government is doing what they are doing. They talked of the micro, small, and medium price enterprises. Those ones are the mama mbogas and everything. These people are taken care of when the markets are built for them so that they can do businesses there. Two, these people are taken care of when they are given money so that they can finance their businesses. Those ones we've seen happening in the country. These people, they are taken care of when they are given training so that they know how to run their businesses. Now that's three. Now, when I come to the blue collar sector, those are the mechanics. Those are the watu wa mijengo. All those people that we talk about. We find there is the housing projects that is taking place in the country. The housing project employs a lot of people in the blue collar sector. That is where they were promised jobs. If we understand the manifesto, we'll understand what I'm talking about. Now, they are welding guys, they are watu wa mijengo and everything. That one I've just talked about the employment that was, how it was covered in the manifesto. The second part of the manifesto, or should I continue?
Maybe.
Before you give out the speaking chance, Pastor Shem has 3 questions. First of all, he greets all the people who are in the studio today, and he says it's a great start. Kindly, let's have the shows continuously. But he has 3 questions. Question number 1, the Luo nation was against the current government. To an extent, our youths got killed in the streets. what changed the situation until now? Most Luo people are shouting two-term. That's the first question. The second question, as the Pastors Association, we were much promised of as take, even we signed an MOU with this government. Immediately that ended, the government didn't listen again to what the Lord was saying, and it retaliated back by insults. Third, why are you giving false examples which cannot be verified by physicalities?
Now, I beg to answer that question. The first question touches me in the blood. Why? For the longest time, okay, I define myself as as a member of the generation that will liberate this country. Why do I say so? The first generation brought us independence. When we look at the generation, how it brought independence, it was not really independence. Our country was bought from the British. I've given an example. I've given what happened when they were paid so that they can leave their properties and go. That is one. There is a generation that took the Mau Mau regime out. They claim that they liberated the country. It was nothing like liberation. There is the generation of the 1997 that fought for multi-party. We don't need political parties in the country. That's according to what I believe in. Why? Because it is in these political parties that our MPs come together to pass laws that have been organized by the leaders of the political parties. After the leaders of the political parties negotiate for deals, their MPs pass our laws. Now, why do I say that I belong to the generation that, okay, there is a generation of the 2010 Constitution. They tried. That is the generation that gave the first liberation of this country. Why? The document that these people gave us is the best document to ever be seen. The third best constitution in the world after that of Japan and Korea. Now, we come to 2014, when after a generation has really sacrificed to bring, to liberate our country, a generation comes in 2014 to mess us very bad. They take us back to the Moi regime. They take us back to the Mau Mau regime. Why? This is the generation that voted in 2013, and they could confidently vote 2 convicts of the ICC when there was an alternative. The same generation was there to observe the members of parliament pass a bill in 2014, a bill that gave the treasury, and when we talk of the treasury, that's the government, a bill that gave the treasury the authority to sign and fund deals without the money that is being used going through the consolidated fund. We know very well that the consolidated fund is audited. Now, when the treasury is given the powers to finance themselves and to fund and pay for projects and deals without the money going through consolidated fund, we know very well that this money is not going to be audited. Now, through that, the government has found a leeway into enabling corruption. Now, from the generation of 2014, they took us back. Now, my generation comes in that we need to educate our people on the key principles of our constitution. We have the best document, but we are not abiding by the document. Now, answering the first question, I was bringing the overview of whatever is taking place. Answering to the first question that the pastor has asked, the Luo nation and the other nations and the tribal groups that are there, there is no point in our constitution that we've been told so that to regroup ourselves into tribal lines. We as the people of the country, we as the citizens of Kenya, we are mandated so that we think and do everything in line with the constitution. We are given the mandate to verify each and every, we are given the powers, we are given the authority to do our things in accordance with the constitution. When we start grouping ourselves into tribal lines, that is where we miss the point. Why? Tribal lines are controlled by kingpins. Kingpins will go negotiating for deals. When they negotiate for deals, they will not care to abide by the constitution. Tribal groups, they will make a decision as a team. There is no individual decision. So grouping, saying the Luo nation and which nations supported who to go where, that is where we miss the point. Because we stop focusing on the real things. We stop focusing on the important things. We start focusing on the conflicts that will not head us anywhere.
Great. Let us have other opinions.
Thank you so much. My friend Mr. Dewara has said a lot of things, so I don't know which one the pastor will pick. But again, I'll start by answering the third question that he asked on giving false examples. And Pastor, I agree with you, these people are giving us false examples. For example, Mr. Edgar talked about affordable housing, we are doing good. But according to manifesto that you are telling us that you've understood, according to that, the manifesto stated very clearly that the Ruto's government will be doing 250,000 units, housing units, every year. Later, they reduced it to 200,000 units every year. Currently, I'm very sure you can check, confirm with me, less than 10,000 housing units have been done. So how do we say that this government is doing things word by word? You've talked about SHA is working. If you read the Oltejero's report, Nancy Gadung, it says very clearly that one patient had 4 open heart surgeries, one patient a single day. Where the hell does that happen? Surely. The same report says that, and you know this person was covered in SHA. So that is how you work with accountability. One mother having multiple deliveries. I don't know how that is biological. Maybe you can tell us. So if you tell us that SHA is working, that is wrong. And not to mention the 11 billion that was lost in SHA. Maybe you can tell us how it was, how it worked. You've talked about the funding models, and students are having issues with the model. They don't understand it. They have huge arrears from Ile Kitambo, Sai, according to needs, of which somebody who is very capable, who is well off, is paying the amount, yani kidogo tu, but the needy person, the real needy Kenya, the real needy student, walipa pesa mingi. So I don't know if you are saying the truth on that. Now, Pastor ameuliza kuhusu low people factor. They were against this government, and now we are shouting, most of them, thank God amesema most of them are shouting, 2 term. Let me be very clear and categorical. I am 1 term, and Mulu, I come from Kisumu County. You know, those who are shouting 2 term or claiming to be 2 term are those in bed with this regime because they want something to eat. They want some money. But if you look at those who are arguing 1 term, like for example myself, it means we are pro people. The ODM that you knew, and of course if I mention ODM, you associate it mostly with the Luos, who was fighting for the rights of people. But since the fall of our kingpin, His Excellency, the late Amolo Odinga, people have divided their opinions. Now everyone can go wherever you want. So yes, some of them are shouting 2 terms because they embedded this government. They want something for themselves. They want us, the taxpayers, to feed their flamboyant lives, which I feel is okay. That is why I'm very eager to send this government home. Now, I've heard that the pastors signed a memorandum of understanding MOU, the pastors. Their promises and things have changed. You can see things are happening in the government. You're even lying to pastors. I don't know how this works. I've never seen a government that lies to pastors. You sign an MOU, it doesn't work. The third question, of course, I've answered. The example, false example, of course, be realistic. Be realistic. So, Pastor, this government just mobilize your church members to vote to 1 term.
Maybe before I say anything,
People are panicking. Questions loading.
Pastor,
So let's be brief.
Pastor is so categorical that the Luos are chanting 2 term, and he's saying that it's only Luos that died in the 2024 Gen Z protests.
His statement didn't say so.
Okay, maybe you can just read this statement.
He's asking, where the Luos now, the ones that were against this government, are now shouting 2 terms. That is the question, basically. At that time, when in Ozimi, we were against this government. But now, some Luos, of course not me, are shouting 2 terms. Why? That is the question.
Okay.
Why the sudden change?
When we started this show, Chacha asked that should he be in 2 term or in 1 term? You know, when you approach a lady and you want this lady to be your fiancé, you tell them words, you tell them what makes them feel better and what might convince them. So it is not by default, or it's not the fault of the Luo Nyanza people to shout 2 term, but it's the president who have given them nice words that have charmed them so that they can start supporting the government.
So in other words, we are working on nice words.
Nice words. Nice words. You're being nice to us.
Number two, the pastor is saying that they signed an MOU with the government.
Yes.
Could he be more specific? Because the government has 3 arms: judiciary, executive, and the parliament. So could the pastor be specific and say, if they signed an MOU with the executive, which aspect of the executive? Executive, we have the ministries, we have the office of the president, we have the office of the attorney, and a lot of government, the executive itself. So the pastor,
I believe
more specific.
I believe in terms of being specific.
Yeah.
Let's reason from the layman's view.
Let's assume they sign it.
So when we talk of the government, according to layman's view, we talk of who is ruling, who is the
head of this government.
I think that is the right way to approach this. Like at the moment, if things go south, the government of Kenya has failed. But actually, who do we mean has failed?
So please don't tell pastor. Maybe the specific means your way. And we was saying pastors don't lie, my friend.
When you say the government have failed, meaning that we can also say that your MP has failed.
Yes.
Your MP is forming part of the government. Anyway,
what do we call a government road? What do we call a government hospital? What do we call a...
I can see.
Serikali was saying that in SHA, we have 4 patients delivering a mother delivering 4 children in a year, and somebody having 4 open heart surgeries. There is no perfect system.
So you accept?
There is no perfect system. And again, there are allegations from the Auditor General's office about the loss of how many billions you are saying. That loss, the IECC, EACC is the one responsible for the losses and maybe looking for people who are corrupt and stealing the government's money.
Are you saying EACC is responsible for the losses?
EACC should tell us where they live.
There's no perfect government.
There is someone here who is very bitter, and someone who is very bitter. Ametuma message yake 3 times. Allow me nimsome. Ametuma message yake 3 times. Mpaka ameuliza kwani hamtaki kunisoma?
Excuse Chacha. Before you continue, we should cool emotions first. Then we need to understand that there are things that we do not need to blame to start pointing fingers. An example of whatever Chris has said of somebody having 4 heart surgeries. Where does SHA come in this place? That's relax.
Okay.
That is the responsibility of the hospital to be accountable, to give us the results. It is not the responsibility of any other person. Because when I have been given 4 heart surgeries in a day, it means there is an agenda that I as an individual am trying to push with the hospital that has attended to me. That is not something that we start blaming a whole government. Somebody undergoing surgeries, it is the institution that has performed the surgery together with the patient. Now, the second thing, a pastor has signed an MOU with the government. My question, which part of our constitution gives the pastors to the right to sign MOUs with the government? The government is a parallel system, and we call them the religious groups are parallel systems. These people perform two very different functions as stipulated in our constitution. The government is mainly there to develop our country. Then the religious system, they are there to instill values in the society. So there is nowhere where values and development come together in our constitution. Everything boils down to understanding our constitution.
Answering as a media personnel, values and development work hand in hand. Because if I don't have values and I've been allocated funds to run a road, I'll just, because I don't have values, the honesty, and I'll just squander the money and just run away. Because let us be honest on that grounds, that values work hand in hand. And again, politics and religion are just one. In that, when you talk of politics, you cannot talk of politics without the people. When you talk of religion, you cannot talk of religion without the people. So these are the things that are one. Politics is our way of life. Religious is our way of our spiritual life. So where is the
Both
difference?
of them are lives.
Where is the difference? So
it's good you mentioned politics, not governance.
But
Our constitution separates the two. There is politics and there is governance.
you know,
now,
Mr.
from the word governance, we have the governor.
you govern.
Is a
right?
governor a politician or not? Based our argument in Kenya now. Let's not go to US.
Let's be realistic. Honestly,
If Isaiah have not answered, let me just say, when you look at the IEBC, when you are interested in some seat, you put on your application, you show interest. That is one. Then the IEBC will open a time for political campaigns. Then you do your campaigns. Once you are elected, you are no longer a politician, but you are a leader who governs, who come up with principles and manage the resources that are coming to the people.
Very
but
nice.
you are a politician. The same person, you are a politician. Now that you won the election, you now govern.
You know,
So how do you govern the people? Please read that question to that gentleman so that you continue.
not the gentleman. There's a lady here who's fighting.
Okay.
This lady, she's called Beryl Akoth. She's saying, sometimes I wonder why people should just open their mouth to say tuta when actually nothing is working out.
Correct.
So, can someone tell me why we are not going to host AFCON in Kenya, yet we had promised of having stadiums. Stadiums, though we don't have stadiums. We have
Stadium.
in Kenya. According to AFCON, the officials who came, they said that we are not to standards. Kenya does not have any capacity.
Let me
Please, brothers,
let me answer the lady.
Answer them and clarify.
Talanta Stadium was built. Actually, it's in the process of being built to host AFCON. But the way I mentioned earlier, that Talanta Stadium is not yet complete, meaning that that was just assessment as at now. You know, when, let's say, we bring officials right now from this statistics company to say that President Ruto will be re-elected for more than 2 terms. You know, that is, we are in 2026 right now. The elections for the next term of the president will be in 2027. Meaning that between right now and 2027, there are dynamics. Things will change. So I'm assuring the lady that the ongoing Raila Amolo Odinga Stadium,
Talanta.
it's Talanta, it's the same thing, will be complete. The president promised that Talanta Stadium will be complete and will be opened by the end of April. We are not even yet in April. So maybe what I can say is that we give ourselves time and we give the government time to deliver.
So you are
That is what I
certain
can
we
say.
love the AFCON.
We will have the AFCON.
Now,
Okay.
my approach to the same issue is a bit different. Chacha, Chris, Edgar, I want you to answer me a simple question. When do you consider yourself, okay, are you successful as Edgar or are you a failure?
I'm successful.
You're successful. Chris, are you successful or are you a failure? Chris?
You know, I can't ask you directly because from my understanding, success is the progressive realization of what the goal. So it is progressive means if I graduated from primary, I succeeded in that field. But again, I can't say that I'm a failure. You understand? So if maybe I fall or if I fail in this particular stage, next time I will succeed.
Very nice.
Yes.
Now, before somebody calls himself successful or somebody calls himself a failure, there are things that are considered. I might consider Edgar a failure, but somebody else considers him successful. Why? Because there are parameters that are looked into before we decide. I'm saying that because I want to compare our government right now and the governments that have existed before, because we cannot predict the governments that will come in future. The governments that existed before, none of them was able to achieve a state-of-art kind of stadium as compared to the one that we have right now. Is that true or false?
As we get for the right answer there, and
Now, that is one.
I jump to
Before you continue, there is something that I need to explain. Now, when we look at the AFCON thing, it is a very short time to the end, to the time when we are hosting AFCON. There are governments that have been before. We are only working on one stadium, that is the Talanta. The governments that were there before, where were they? Why did they put in resources into infrastructure that will enable the AFCON to be there? We are blaming everything on one individual, yet there was somebody who was there before. There are people who have been there. This one person has at least brought us close to hosting AFCON, even if we will not be able to host. At least this person has shown us the light that the thing that is going to happen, it might be, even if it does not happen this time around, sometime in the future, we'll be able to host AFCON.
Chacha, may I, before you read, please, please, just a minute.
Okay.
You know, Mr. Ribot, if you are comparing that, the other governments, they have the same chance, the same opportunities. I only ask you what you promise. If I don't promise you anything, if you don't promise me anything, why would I ask you? If President Ruto promised us AFCON, it means he had that calculation in his mind, right? So, you know, we work with the timelines. Why is it not complete, for example? And then how much has been injected in that project? Allegedly, or maybe rumors may have it, the Talanta Stadium cost is even higher than Santiago Bernabeu. If watch football, that is the stadium of Real Madrid. Na ile hadi kuna kitu najifunika. Talanta Stadium mvua itanyesha wachezaji. So, if we promise, if you can't deliver in time, then consider it a failure.
Very nice.
And I gave examples of housing units, for example. 250,000 every year. Now we are less than 10,000. He talked about, what did he talk about? And reform, I don't know, Shah. I've given examples here. You argue that is the responsibility of the institution. Why is it then in the auditor's report? Why is it then in the Auditor General's report? If you are asked to give accountability, then because we have quirks in those ministries, right? You give, like, it doesn't happen. Make sense. 4 open heart surgeries and Shah covered that whole thing. That is wrong. We are lying to ourselves. We are lying to Kenyans. So, Mr. Judge,
Let me just ask you, when is the AFCON?
I think it is it 2027 or 20 what? I'm not in football.
Okay.
When and AFCON is in 2027. Why are we so much into this AFCON thing as if this AFCON was tomorrow and we needed this stadium tonight?
One thing to know.
The president promised that
How many promises have he asked?
Stadium
Yes.
will be complete by April. Why should we start questioning that it's not complete right now when the timeline he gave out
How far is it
was not?
Let me
in
clarify
March?
on that.
Yes.
The team is is sent to work on it in advance, such that if it's not workable, they look for another place. So you cannot say we wait for 2027 just like general elections in Kenya, only to decide
What if it fails?
Sure, that's why I'm saying that AFCON is in 2027. The president said that Talanta Stadium will be ready to host AFCON by as earlier as April of this year. We are not even near the end of April. Let us start asking questions. When April sets in, May sets in, and the stadium, the AFCON people come back, and they say, now your Talanta Stadium is not yet ready, and you promised it should be ready by April.
Or is it expensive?
Okay, Kijana, let's go to live when you wanna watch through YouTube. There is Enos Opogo.
Yes.
Anasema MSCs were given funds by the government to run their business. Where?
He talked about it, so
Let me explain.
Enos, did he not see President Ruto going around? President Ruto took his time to go around the nation, giving out Nyota funds. That is one. Two,
he's lying. Two, he's lying. Nyota fund was money from the World Bank.
is it for?
So why should you campaign giving people Nyota fund?
Is it not for
My friend,
MSC?
stop lying
Is
to
it
us.
not for MSC?
No.
Is it not for MSC?
Don't stop lying to us.
Let me explain
That
something.
money was from outside, not from Ruto's government.
Now,
Come on.
there are two things that we need to understand. The micro, small, and medium enterprise businesses exist as 50% of they form 50% of the Kenyan economy. So, when these people are supported either directly or indirectly, we do not think as the citizens of the country to make value out of what we have. What we must agree is that from whichever sources the money came from, it is part of this government's initiatives. The government lobbied for the funds to come in. When you talk about the Nyota, there was the Hustler Fund. I ask that you give me chance so that I explain how these things operate. There was, in Uhuru's government, there was the Give Direct that came. It was $1,000 per person. There have been these funds. These funds are not necessarily supposed to come from taxpayers' money. At times, the government can lobby for funds from outside so that it supports its people. Now, the Nyota Fund is a success, only that the way it was handled, the people might not see the importance. I will start with Hustler Fund. Hustler Fund was an initiative that most of the people took as pocket change. They took as handouts. But it is something that when handled with a lot of caution, it might form part of the business. A good example, the lowest amount of money that was given to an individual was 500 shillings. To me, 500 shillings is, okay, it's something I can spend in less than an hour. Very little amount of money.
Correct.
But to somebody who is in dire need of the money and who has business-oriented mind, 500 shilling can be a source of business if you have the idea. I'll give an example. 500 shillings is given to me, 500 shillings is given to Edgar, and 500 shillings is given to Chris. When we come together and pull together our 500 shillings each, that is 1,500 shillings. There is a business that can be begun by 1,500 shillings. An example, you start airtime business back in the village. We all come from the village, and we know airtime sells in the village. We start airtime business in the village. That is a business that will run and will be able to fund us.
Mr. Isaiah,
No.
Mr. Isaiah,
I will not give you time.
I might not be humble to my listeners when you lie to them that you can start.
Relax. Okay, just give me time. Relax. We should stop being emotional.
Not emotional in this matter.
Citizens.
Okay, let's give him ample time. But let us be honest. I once did a business concerning selling airtimes. Let us be realistic. You need almost 1,500 to be able to purchase that pack.
Almost
1,500. But now you have been given 500 shillings.
I've just given you.
Mr.
You needed 1,500.
Mr.
When I
Divo.
bring my 500, Edgar brings his 500, and Chris brings his
I
500.
will not bring
How much?
mine.
How
I
much
will
is
not bring
that?
That is 1,500.
That is 1,500.
Okay.
How much do you need to start your
What's
business?
in business? There's a term we call the payback period.
The payback period.
Now we have nowadays. Let us be realistic. How many times have you bought a scratch card?
That's why
Back in the village.
Mr.
we have
Mr.
the problems.
No, there are two terms for them. So
no,
give
Chris,
some time.
please, no. We'll not go in that
It's
direction.
not a matter of
I just
terms.
gave us time.
It's a
I just
matter of fact.
gave us
Facts are stubborn.
kidogo tu. I gave us
My
time
goodness.
to relax so that I explain.
Well,
I say
if we explain-
scratch cards. It is a business that does well. Where did they say?
Village.
But you will.
Okay.
Let me ask
Did you
something.
hear me say they do
Miss-
well
Miss-
back in the village?
Mr.
That's an
Divo.
example. I'm not giving you.
Are you trying to say in the
second
village there is no
example-
M-Pesa?
There are M-Pesas, but those people
Don't
do
you
not
wa-
use buy airtime through M-Pesa.
Are you
Those
sure?
most
90%.
Oh,
I
Let-
come from a
let me
village.
ask- let me
Come
ask
from a
one
village.
question.
In fact, I'm from the remotemost
Let me
village
ask
in
you-
this world.
90% of
Mr.
the people.
Divo,
Yes.
Please, let's be very honest. A fund, you give me 500 Kenya shillings, of which there's a cut of 25 bob, right? I'm given 475. It is given to me as an individual. It was not given to a circle. So there's no need for me to partner with you and go start a business maybe in the village. Because one, now we are in town, we're not in the village. We are moving from those analog ages where we use scratch cards to digital. Now people buy airtime using what? Using M-Pesas. You understand? So if you tell me that it was a good thing, which business can you start with 500 shillings? Avoid the group work. I bring mine. Suppose I don't
Oh,
want to bring-
okay,
Which
okay.
Now,
business-
let me give you a
which
business.
business started with
I-
475?
I have
On
a
that
second
part,
example.
on the neutral grounds,
Yes.
there is some businesses, a good number of businesses that you can start with even 300 shillings. For example,
Now, I want to give you an example. Before you give the example, I have my own examples that I worked with. So let me give you an example. There is a guy back in the village. We know how squads work. The border squad. You have a bike, but you don't want to ride. You give me your bike, I ride, then I give it back to you with something.
yeah.
You will give me the border without fuel. When I have the loan 500 shillings, I'll go fuel the border, go do my work. In the evening, we come share. I bring you your share, I take my part. I repay the loan, I start making my profits. Have you not started a business for somebody? That's an idea that somebody deep down will understand. But for us who are at least somewhere in the economic economic pyramid, we don't relate. Now let me come to the Nyota Fund. Nyota Fund, to make things more better, it is a grant that does not need to be returned. A mistake. Because the Kenyan mind is programmed to be a consumer mind. You are given 20,000, you only feel of, I'm very sure most of the people eat the money, 20,000. But let me give you, 20,000 can help somebody start a chicken business back in the village. When in the Kenya Kwanza manifesto, they said very well, when we will be funding the micro and small businesses, when we will be funding the farmers, when we will be funding such kind of people, we are not going to buy new cows. We already have the cows. We are not going to buy new land. We already have the land. That is from the manifesto that these people you used to come into government.
So your
Now-
point is very okay.
Now,
Your point is very okay.
Before I finish,
It's because of time. Time is chasing. If we can have this conversation until tomorrow, but time is not on our side.
Sure.
And again, we want to have a realistic business that anybody can do. Talking of the border, it limits
Why
people,
do it?
it limits to only male
But just
and who are
everybody have their interest. You see, Olewe here is seeing 500 shillings as a pocket change.
In this
Somebody
current,
else
in this
is
nation,
seeing
you
it
give in 500
as-
start a
as
business.
Somebody,
I'm-
who
I'm-
can,
I'm all-
somebody can buy a
Let's
tray of
speak
eggs.
about other things
and-
because we are
and-
like
I'm,
ourselves.
I'm
Yes.
just giving an honest opinion here. Having 500 shillings, or rather say 400, after all those that you have done, I can go to nearest market, that is Darajambili maybe. ninunue sukuma ya 200 shillings.
Hata ununue nyanya.
Nikuje nikae hapo kwa vile mnaingia campus hivi, I just slice for you. At the end of the day, I will start a business from there. I can also pick the money 450. I go kwa hao watu wa mayai, I buy mayai, I just boil them, nianze kupitisha hapo hivi niwauzie 30 25. At the end of the day, I'll have something. That's the realistic business. Okay, for me, I said I want to be as neutral as possible. That's the realistic business which any person can do. I know around 5 who got that capital and they started, and now they are doing good. Sahi wananunua grades mingi from that capital. But my government has failed somewhere. How can you grant someone 20,000 and loan a person 500 shillings?
There should be
How does it
there
work?
is a
The only
very
thing I
clear
will agree,
difference,
the
Chacha.
only-
That one is a grant and this one is a loan.
Loan of 500.
There's a very it's a loan.
Of 500.
It is a loan.
So start a business
Yeah.
in this country. You know,
It
the only
doesn't-
good
you know,
thing
it
I will
doesn't
say
matter
about Nyota.
how you use
Wait.
that 500.
The only good thing I will say about Nyota.
Eh,
Let's accept it is not our money, it was from World Bank. That is one. So don't boast about it, right? Number two, the only thing I will be happy about this matter is that people were given some kind of education on how they use this money. That's the only thing. But don't tell us it is our money. We lobbied for it. Others have also lobbied for some money. Asla Fund, Miatana, maybe Sijalipa, and I don't think I will pay it. There's no business that I try with 500 because I don't have the knowledge. You understand? I'm saying one term. Let's not shift the focus. And you are 2 term. There are a lot of things that are happening in this government that they should just go home and do other things. You can see when the cabinet was even reshuffled in your government. If he was sure I was doing good thing, why did you get? I don't know how to use the word.
but
Okay,
there were-
just-
you
yes,
have your
a second,
strengths
a
and
second.
you have your
A
downs.
second of your time,
Yes,
Mr. Chris.
yes.
You are telling us one term.
Of
What is
course.
the alternative you are giving us?
The alternative government is the opposition.
The opposition.
Oh, yes,
Now, an opposition is always an alternative government.
of course.
An alternative government should have the solution to the problems that we have right now.
Mhm.
Okay, now, you've highlighted all the problems that we have now.
Mhm.
Give us a practical solution to the problems right now.
The first practical solution is that we send this government home. That is the first one, a very obvious one.
That's one.
Then if
Okay,
you
okay,
expect,
let me
wait,
give you-
wait,
let me-
you
no,
asked the question.
Let me give you.
No,
Let me.
that is solution
It is a
because
solution.
it is a solution.
It is a solution. I just want to anchor on it. We
Don't
we
anchor
are- we are
on my
given-
solution.
It's okay.
We'll go home,
Uh-huh.
right? That is
Mhm.
the first solution.
The first solution.
And then the alternative government's manifesto will be rolled out.
Mhm.
And you see the plan. You understand? So you should point to us why we should not give you a show cause letter, why we should not go home. Because I'll tell you, there have been cases like, for example, one, extrajudicial killings. I can mention them.
That's
We have issues, Rex Masai, believe Eric Shieni was shot in parliament, believes for protesting against a wrong bill, right? Extrajudicial killings. We've had forced, and by the way, even Albert Jong from your county, right, was killed.
That's about it.
Police brutality was
Police
there.
brutality.
You understand?
Yes.
You come to, let me say, for example, education sector. This government is giving capitations to ghost schools with ghost learners. The same capitation was cut from 22,000 to 17,000, right? The same capitation is not given in time. You give capitation when schools are closing. For what business? You're going for holiday. It's when they're delivering what? The capitation. Now, I don't want to go about health because it is messed. Hospitals have no medicine. I've just gave you examples of giving you examples of those had surgeries and deliveries. I don't know how you are reasoning. Now, let me come, for example, to agriculture. What will you tell me about agriculture? They subsidized what? Fertilizer,
Continue.
right? Bought at how much?
Okay, you are the one talking.
No, it is bought at how much? You know, you are the 2 term. Is it 2,500?
Chris, that
It's
question was
18.
very clear. That what
Give
is
a
the
alternative. No,
Okay,
you are
you
giving
said
us.
the alternative
I
government
said number
is-
one.
Don't
I
ask,
said,
don't ask the government
No.
why they should not be sent home because it's a decision to already
Wait,
made.
wait. we can't put up any more of this government.
Then
And therefore, I'm giving you reasons why we can't put up with
the main
it.
solution.
The main solution, is, as I said and I still repeat, is that you go home.
Then
We give you alternative government, of which the manifesto may not be specific on what we'll do. But when you see our manifesto, right? I thank God it will work. Yours, you had it, it never worked.
Really just
So,
a-
so,
just a-
so,
Let me ask-
when
let me-
the alternative government's manifesto will be out, you'll be able to see it.
if
I
I was following closely, Chris,
Of course, you are following. You are here.
you said that the first solution is sending the government home.
Yes. The reasons are provided, right?
You provided reasons.
Am I lying in those reasons?
But again,
Am I lying?
why are you saying?
Am I lying in those
that,
reasons?
Why are you saying?
You are
that-
not lying, you're saying the truth.
I'm saying the truth.
why are you
Correct.
saying that,
Thank you.
Now,
Paulo,
the government should give you a reason why you should not
Just
send them
direct-
home
Yes.
in regards to what you are
Yes,
saying.
let's also listen to our people who are watching us and following us.
Okay.
Paul Obama, does that explain why the sleeps are being taxed recklessly?
Sorry?
Okay.
Come up again.
Does that explain why the sleeps are being taxed reckless?
I think
I
Paul
need to
is,
get your question. Maybe
Paul,
just
Paul
That-
is,
that's how-
Paul is asking about the
The
pay slip.
Pay slips.
The pay slip. Number
Housing
one,
levy.
the pay slip. Number one, the people are complaining that now SHA is being deducted. But earlier on, NHIF was being deducted. What is the difference now?
Difference is accountability. How is this money working? I have no problem with you taxing me, paying SHA. Okay. My problem is how do you use it? If I go to hospital, I don't get medicine. If I go, in fact, SHA is limited to some amount. It can't cover everything. Kama kuna bill 15,000, italipa 10 to 55. You understand? So I don't have a problem with me being taxed. My problem is how do you use this money? And I told you, I gave you example of Rita Jero's report. Forward surgeries surely. Deliveries marambili ama maratatu na si twins. So how does that work?
Okay, from honest grounds,
Yes.
that might not be the menace by the government. That might be the menace and accountability of the institution. For example, that is that hospital, and maybe the patient. But for me, I feel like the government should come up with a follow-up mechanism that they are going to track and fish out impossibilities. For example, you cannot tell the government that there were 5 deliveries in a day of a single person. So the government should be cautious, like how, so that they have a way they block the financing until they.
Let me ask you, who was the data of these patients? Who was the data of these patients? Number two, if we have, let me say, 3 deliveries in a year, right? The cost is being covered by SHA. Now, who is in charge of this SHA? Who brought this SHA? I don't know if you are getting the sense. If there is heart surgeries, you've told me there were heart surgeries. Now, doesn't happen. I'm not a doctor, but it doesn't happen that way. So this, it means even it is wrong. If one patient can be operated 4 times, who has this data? Who is paying? SHA is covering the costs. So you can't tell us it is the matter of institutions.
Let me educate Chris in
So
something.
don't
Chris,
don't
you're saying
educate
the government
me.
should go home because there are 4
Ah,
heart surgeries.
if you talked about, for example, talk about the 11 billion that was lost, is it now institution of SHA?
Now, relax. Now, before we continue, you are talking about the data being with the government.
As you answer that question on data being in the government and whatever, just have this in mind, an equation in mind. Like before the existence of SHA, there was NHIF, which had its money. So as you introduce SHA, tell us where NHIF money went.
Tell us.
Now,
Government.
I'm referring us back
Be
again
brief, please.
to the Kenya Kwanza manifesto. In their manifesto, they said that there was embezzlement of funds from NHIF. And there are proven cases of individuals who are held accountable for doing away with the funds in NHIF.
Yes,
Is that
he is
true
actively
or false?
following that.
There are individuals that were mentioned in NHIF. Tunakubaliana?
So they came up with a mechanism
Which is worse.
of ensuring that it does not repeat itself.
Yeah.
It's repeating itself. But that's not my question.
Worse,
Now,
yes.
My
okay.
question was very specific that where did the money in the kitty of NHIF go as we had now SHA? SHA started from zero.
Did you arrest the individual?
Chacha, I
You
Very-
said
very-
names were mentioned.
Where
Names were mentioned,
Listen to
and
Isaiah.
people
Was
have
action
been
taken?
held accountable
Yeah.
in
The
NHIF.
cases are still
In the
active
cases you are
EACC.
telling us about SHA, there is no name that has been mentioned. There is no case that has been taken to court.
Meaning that
Director.
there are
Meaning-
allegations.
No. Let us be
There are two
realistic.
people against one, remember?
I'm getting
It's
it.
not about
It's not about two people against one.
Interest of time.
But it
No,
was
saying-
no, Chris,
No,
Chris,
No,
Chris,
there's
we are
something
not-
you're saying.
For me-
and there's something you're saying. So they're
Okay,
very
let's have order.
contradicting.
Let's have order.
MD.
It's okay to have parallel opinions,
Yes.
and it's also okay to have opposing opinions.
Yes.
The point here is, and my question was very direct. It was just like this. We don't have. I don't want to know if people are held accountable or not. I and some of people who want to listen want to know where did the money that was in NHIF account go? Because I remember, like me, who was in NHIF, I had almost 20,000 there. I'm assuming as an individual, and we are more than 30 million subscribers in NHIF. So assuming everybody had around 20,000 minimally, because I know some people
Chacha,
get a lot.
Chacha.
Where did that money go?
Chacha,
Where did it go?
that question should be directed to the previous regime.
You are running away. You know,
Yes, yes,
if you
yes.
said that you mentioned, if your government mentioned names, right? He's saying that those who are culpable like they were taken
Yeah,
into account.
yeah.
He's saying that.
Yes.
You are saying that the matter is still at ICC,
EACC.
EACC.
Yeah.
So if you're saying it is accounted for, you're saying it's still at EACC. Are you, am I right to say that you're
he's
suffering
saying-
from severe ignorance?
Okay.
You said
Chris.
accounted.
And on the same
No,
merit,
So where did this
before you
money go?
continue, Chris, you are making a very big mistake.
Which mistake?
There is a side of you that you're exposing that
Mhm.
you're not supposed to expose.
I'm supposed to.
EACC and accountability. Which body holds people accountable for corruption in
You
this
know,
country?
I don't want to embarrass ourselves. You say very well. He asked you where the money went. You said names were mentioned,
Sure.
and then you also added that those who are found culpable were taken into account.
Yeah.
On the same question, Mr. Eddie answered the matter is still at the EACC.
EACC.
So, are they accounted for or still with EACC?
Which body? Which body?
Isaiah, let me answer
Oh, no,
that.
You're lying.
Okay,
Chris,
okay.
I don't know if you're getting me, Director.
I'm getting your point.
Some-
I'm getting
some
their
individuals-
points also,
Some
but
individuals were held accountable.
they were held.
Hell,
They were held accountable.
Okay.
that is total.
And
Don't-
even right now,
yes.
those cases are still active in EACC.
But
Okay,
maybe
okay.
they're
But
accounted.
still,
So you know better than
he
him.
Okay.
said some. He said
Okay.
some cases.
Anyway, you know this thing is
Yeah.
recorded, so we can debate it.
Sure.
You said some.
Okay, now
Please-
before,
I'm getting. I just want us to.
there is something I want to address.
Mm.
Mr. Chris talks about the surgeries and the government having the data. Data about treatment and patients does not go to the government. The government is not a doctor.
Okay.
It stays with the hospital.
Still,
But
Then there is a mistake.
but
There
they are
is a
citizens.
mistake. Watch,
okay.
watch,
You,
watch.
you,
Then there is a
according to
mistake.
you, there's a mistake. That's a mistake.
According to you.
Okay.
Okay.
According to you,
Very
let's
nice. Now, there
accept
is-
that according there's a
there's
mistake.
statement you made
Hmm.
that is very dangerous to yourself and to the country.
Which
That
one?
you don't want to know where the money went to. You need to know. The constitution gives you
He
eight
didn't say
powers.
that. He didn't say that. He asked where did the money go.
He has said- he
The
has
only thing
said-
he did say is that he doesn't want to know the people. So where did the money go? That was his question. Very simple. You are staggering answering.
The answer was direct.
Now-
but
It wasn't direct.
It should be directed to
Now-
the previous
now,
regime.
Let me say.
No.
Chacha,
Now here we are contradicting this. Let us be realistic. I've come to this studio, and I've realized that some people, some accounts are not working. Okay, maybe some funds are going south. I bring in a new method of paying. I must, the person who has changed, I must also know how these funds from this side will come to the new part. So, as the government that came in and brought in SHA, which had, which after saying that NSF has messes, my question is very straight and very strict. Where did the money that was in NHIF go? All of it, because
He said a new thing, Sha.
they said a new thing
Already
and
we
they
have
closed
loaded.
down NHIF. But how did you close down NHIF with a lot of people's money in there without, I expected once I open up SHA, the money that was in NHIF to reflect at the SHA portal. Sijui kama
If you
mnaelewa.
don't know, just say we don't know. Let us be honest. If I don't know, I will say I don't know.
Have you gotten my point?
Sure, I've got
Yes.
your point.
Now answer
Let me
as you have
answer
gotten my
you
point.
with a practical example.
Yes.
Today, you employ a new accountant and you fired your previous accountant.
Yes.
Do you ask your new accountant where the money of the money when the other person was managing the account to go to?
I've
No, just
yes.
tell
Let
me,
us not
let us
not
all
use
I'm
up an
not
area
asking.
when where the information is wrong. I've brought in
Be
a new
categorical.
I have
Don't bring in
I have brought in a new accountant
Sure, yeah.
today.
Today.
He has
He
told me
he finds
this
a
this
nil
all.
balance. He finds a nil balance in your account.
So in other words, you're trying to answer that when the government, the Ruto government
That's why
came to power,
earlier-
NHIF was zero.
earlier-
Are you trying to say that?
Earlier,
They had used all their money.
Earlier,
their money.
I told
That's
you
a lie.
Direct
That's a lie.
questions
That's
to
a
the
lie.
previous
That's a lie
regime.
to the government.
That's a lie.
That's a lie to
If
the
we don't know,
government.
we don't know. Let's move.
That's
to
a
the
that's
next
a very
one.
big lie. In fact, and we are online, and the internet does not forget. We cannot lie that NHIF was at zero when SHA began its working.
You know,
No,
Chasa, you didn't understand my answer.
I understood
You
very
said
well.
nil. My friend, you said nil. We are on record. You said
You
nil.
know, Olewe,
So-
I am speaking, and
so,
before I finish my
Mr.
point,
Mr.
Chasa,
Tonga.
Oh, no,
you are
Mr.
attacking
Tonga.
me.
No,
Mr.
no.
Tonga.
Here,
Please accept.
the fact that here is very
Now,
simple,
give me
and
time-
if you can,
give me time
and if
to
you can
answer
listen to
you.
Isaiah, he's
Give-
quiet
give me
because
time to
he has
answer
seen
you.
there is a very serious question here you are trying to dodge with parables which cannot work. Let us be realistic.
If we don't know, we don't know. Come on.
NHIF had portals in that I could go in and track down. I know this time I did not pay. This is my penalty. This is the premiums that I have in it, because it was just like another insurance. So when SHA came in, you cannot tell me it was nil. Yet I had around 20,000 in NHIF. Mimi too,
You didn't get the
maskini.
20,000.
Yes, maskini Mimi. I had it. The portal just was closed down with those money inside. Mimi mmoja. Now I'm asking for those Kenyans like me who had their money in NHIF, whereby it was not our mandate to know who stole the money. It is the government's mandate to fish out who stole the money. Sisi tulikuwa tunaona tukifungua tu ni kama saizi nikifungua account yangu ya bank naona tu niko na 14,000. Hiyo ndio pesa niko nayo. If that bank closes down, then it will close down with my money.
Then now, because you are in COP and COP closed, you opened I&M. Now you start asking
No,
the
we-
government.
Let's do this.
Yeah.
Just a minute. Let's okay.
Can you answer that
You
question?
start asking I&M,
Should
where
I
is my money?
let me stop.
Give me a
No,
moment.
let us give Isaiah this time.
Okay.
Isaiah, answer that question.
Now,
Honestly, the Kenyans are watching. Yes, don't
Now,
forget that.
because
Honestly,
Chacha,
and
you are
remember,
using cooperative and cooperative close.
No, let
and you
Isaiah
move to
speak.
I&M. Now you are asking I&M where
Isaiah can
14,000
justify
is.
your statement that you are just trying to use an unworkable parables which will not exist here.
Maybe Isaiah has one workable. Give us.
Isaiah, remember this. The Kenyans are watching.
So let's be realistic.
There are people out there. There are people like me there whose money went. In fact, we used to call it. It went to Aviator because we do not.
No way.
It's just
So
blue
tell us,
wings.
Which? Tell
Now,
us.
before you answer that question, you need to understand that when talking to me, you should put away emotional blackmail.
There's no emotions here. There's no emotion.
Because you are trying. That's what you are trying to employ against me. Now, we abandon NHIF and we come to SHA.
Introduce Sha.
We introduce SHA. That is the working program in the country right now.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
In the previous system, you could go in you could log into your account and look at your balance,
Monitor.
monitor your balance.
Yes.
Of which you're trying to tell us that the amount you could monitor then, it was like a bank, you could withdraw it the moment you never.
You could not withdraw.
You could not withdraw.
But once you have used the money,
in which account was the money?
It's deducted.
It was in the government's account.
Answer the question is very simple.
Yes.
Money was in HIF. Now you have SHA. It is.
give him time. Give him time.
Give me
No,
time.
you're going around the bush and that's my fear. That's
Give me
my
time.
fear. Okay,
Give me
you have the
time.
time, boss.
Chris, you started behaving like a woman.
No problem.
I
Now,
think you
behaving
should,
like-
you should,
maybe
you
you are
should
a
be
woman, I don't
reading
know.
some of the views here. Very important.
Now,
I'm going online. Let me go back there and
the
see.
money, the money was in the government's system. The whole system was transferred from the previous system to the new. Actually, there is no new account that was created. It is the same account, only that the systems were changed. Unaelewana? You guys are not listening to me.
We are listening very well.
When I'm now giving you the proof of what you asked for, you don't want to listen. Facts are stubborn, Mr. Edi.
Very stubborn.
Very stubborn.
I'm
Give
good.
us the
I'm good at
facts.
listening
Uh-huh.
and also monitoring because
And
you are
also
telling the Kenyans.
Yeah.
I'm going to
So-
read what people are saying here.
So the thing is, the system was changed. The money is intact. The money that was there, it is the same money. You never went to hospital and sent away that you don't have money in your account. Actually, some patients were attended to even without paying for the SHA. I'm a good example. When I was, okay, where I was should not be the case. The first time I registered, I was able to register and use SHA without paying for it. So for those who are paying for NHIF, the money was in the same system in the same account that it was in, only that the system changed, the system of operation. We need to understand, it was not the account that was changed, it was the system of operation. Let me talk of the second thing. Mr. Chris has talked about higher education funding.
No, let's do it.
Before we shift from the SHA, allow me to read this. And also Pogo says, those supporting Ruto's government highlight for me 5 reasons why you are saying 2-term. Okay, tuachane na huyo. Then,
I can give
you are going
50 reasons.
you are going to do that. Troven Omondi, when the social health authority, that is SHA, was introduced, all assets, liabilities, and funds from the National Hospital Insurance Fund, that's NHIF, were transferred to the new social health authority, that is SHA. That's according to him, but this is someone is speaking. We need to verify this.
That's
Yes. Someone is saying.
You know, Chacha,
Wait,
facts
wait.
are
Facts are very stubborn.
No way.
Okay, let's continue.
I'm saying.
Maybe we are becoming emotional.
I'm saying this.
That's somebody speaking.
I'm saying this. You know, I'm not a person who has more knowledge about SHA and NHIF.
Now we
But
know
the only thing I know is that
it is not working.
I've not said it's not working.
I've said it is not.
Let us be honest. Let us not put words into somebody's mouth. I've not said it's not working. Neither have I said it's working.
Very nice.
The only thing I've said here is that in NHIF there were money.
You know, Chacha,
I'm happy. I'm happy.
Let's just finish.
I'm happy. Troven.
I'm
I'm happy. Even Troven is saying it was almost at 3 billion that was transferred. But transferred where? Where was it gazetted that it had been transferred? How can let us be
MD.
You cannot just
MD.
do some government thing
MD.
from
You're
the
talking
push.
about gazettement. It was
Let me-
clearly gazetted.
Let me.
You have the phone?
Wait.
I don't have the exact.
May I-
Yes.
May I please?
Yes.
Please.
Yes.
Let me agree or disagree with the Tobias last, right? And also say that the only thing that changed was the system. Not the account. Why is it then that when I'm going to apply for SHA, there is someone else I must pay? Why am I opening a new account? Because people are paying amounts, right? You're going to open SHA today, there are amounts that you must pay. If my, which I'm not sure, I don't know if it is 500 or
Which
600.
amount? There is no amount.
I said you suffer from severe ignorance.
No. I
Wait,
have a
last
SHA
year,
account which
my
I
friend,
registered.
You
With no
registered.
money.
People had accounts, they told register in SHA. If you register, there's some amount that you pay. You pay. If I had money, like I said, he had maybe, let me say 20,000. Well, again, open the account and then pay.
Then it's you who is
If you change the system,
The things you don't need to
okay, it's not arguing.
just listen and keep quiet.
It's if you change the system, is it a better system? Your answer will be yes.
Yes.
Mine will be no. I've given you examples of which you're dying. We should blame the institutions, right? Recently, the CS for health was asked where the 11 billion went in SHA. And if I give you the data here, it is more than 11 billion that has been lost. So you change system so that you change, is it that you change the tactics of stealing Kenya's money or what?
Auditor General's report is not the final report.
Mnaweza nikubalia
If
ni
11
So
billion is lost,
she was lying. Nancy
no,
Kadum was
I'm
lying.
not saying she was lying.
What are you saying?
I'm saying it was not the final report. So the 11
You're
billion-
arguing from a point of what logic, my friend?
Then another thing, we were saying people from NHIF were apprehended because NHIF was having
Eddie, before we continue,
loopholes. That's why
Mr.
people.
Mr. Chris has been using some words that I feel are not supposed to be used. So you've been insulting us,
For sure.
and that is what the opposition is best at. There is no solution that you are offering. You're only emotional, bitter,
I'm not
and
emotional.
hurling insults left, right, and
Which
center.
insult?
On the same note,
That's not an insult.
on the same note, Becky is saying, we are ready to support the government, but the government itself is not ready to be supported.
Need to be supported. We're killing those who are supposed to.
So
Why are they saying that?
the government is not ready to be supported in that. Just the other day, I don't know which day was that. Just the other day, the president was seen publicly responding to insults. That is non-governmental. I don't know what she means by that. Was
Was your
non-governmental.
president emotional?
I don't know how the daily expects the president to be, because whenever I tell you that if you go to a hive and to do this with a stake so that the bees can get, obviously you must get stung.
So you are okay with the president insulting back?
I'm not saying I'm okay with
What
the
are you
president
saying?
insulting.
You know, if I mentioned
But,
WAP logic,
I've just
that is an
given-
example
I've
you're
just
giving
given
us.
you an
Okay,
example.
Mr. Chris, you will not insult us. And
It is not logic. You know, if logic is it's
No,
WAP,
no,
it's
no,
not
no.
an insult.
No.
It's the kind of reason that I
I
get.
am
No,
not saying
those are the same.
The
Those are the same.
opposition
No.
is playing with
We
bees.
will not continue with this thing when you will, if you will continue with the same
Okay, I'm in
statement.
the draw. I won't use WAP logic. I just did. Maybe I look for a better word.
Okay, let us now.
Okay, Chacha, before we continue, Mr. President responded to insults. Right now, Eddie gave a very good analogy when we started. You put your hand into your mouth as a child's mouth, and the child bites. Do you put another finger?
You
put
don't.
automatically you don't.
Root bitters.
Then-
Don't give root. That's my understanding, my logic. It's not WAP.
Okay, let's go.
You know,
There is a point.
Example is very okay.
I put
There is-
it in
there
my
is-
context.
I give you
can't
my
put it
There is-
finger,
in
you
this
bite.
context.
Do I give you again? That's why.
There is a point I'm trying to arrive at. The president responded to insult. All these people have grouped themselves and they are body shaming an individual. Let's leave alone the fact that he is in office. All these people who have been hurling insults at Mr. President, all of them are state figures. So when a state figure hurls insult, it's very right. But when another state figure responds, it's now wrong. I'm not saying that whatever he did was right. It is very wrong. It is not a figure, an image that is supposed to be seen on a state figure. Anybody who has risen to the capacity of their stature. That is very wrong. But somebody insulting and expecting not to be insulted back, it's like stepping on fire and expecting not to be burned. That is wrong.
Okay.
All those people were wrong.
Okay.
Nothing is justified there.
Very great. Very great. I want to pick one word, body shaming. I come from Korea. And in Korea, regardless how you look, nobody will ever talk about your look. I believe we are among the first people who put conscious laws concerning body shaming of a person. Now, let's come to Matiang'i. Matiang'i, I've never even one day heard him talking ill of any person. If there is, then you can just give an example. But for me, I've never heard. But suddenly, I was just watching news somewhere. Suddenly, I heard someone saying someone is fat and is fatting.
Very nice.
So,
Now,
can you...
before you continue, Mr.
Yes.
President never mentioned any name.
Did he
The characters
say-
picked for themselves and responded back. He never mentioned anybody.
You know,
only a fool will not interpret that.
with the love logic will not. But if you tell me that I am black today, if you say one of us or two of us are dark, for example, you will be out automatically. But even if you didn't mention Eddie or Lewe, automatically it is me. So it was wrong, yes. And the only person who insult the president, I think, was he made his comments, the Rigiji. He's not a state officer anyway.
He's even impeached. Let us...
He's not a state officer.
Let me now go back. Before you become an elected member of a parliament, there is what we call that you should be sound.
Mind. You should
Yes.
be of sound mind.
Why do we say of sound mind? Is because leading people is not a walk in the park. Sometimes I lead people even in class, even telling them to do assignments. If you are not sound mind, you will end up abusing everybody. You end up insulting everybody. You end up throwing words of all nature. Our president stooping so low. So that was, I don't know, stooping so
That
low
was unpresidential. That was very wrong.
to that level.
You know, Chacha,
But it was wrong.
Until-
Let us say it was wrong. It was wrong. We continue.
until I say that you were, until I call you, Chacha, that you are this and this, these are allegations. I didn't, if the president could have mentioned that now Matiang'i is this and that, they could have said, no, the president is saying others.
Trevor-
But others also did that. I'm not saying whatever happened was good, but the president did not mention anybody's name, and we should stop at that point.
And now we are shifting from whatever we were supposed to discuss. We are discussing some other things.
The key word is we are discussing this government. And this government, the terms that they are using, the insults that they are using, they are not encouraging anymore. And against what they are doing, they used very good terms of when they came to government. We expected a lot.
I think some good viewer here is educating Oleo very well. And he should really
I
take
think I'm
note
also
of-
reading the
of
comments.
the
So-
key things.
So for the sake of those who are not on the comment section, some people are saying, someone is saying, you pay in order to activate your benefits, our serikali. So you have to pay to activate your money. Okay, I have 20,000. I have again to pay 15,
Yeah, that is
1,500.
that is the viewer. Very generous. call.
Yes.
Chacha,
It is
continue.
okay.
I'm just
Continue with the view of the viewer.
Troven kindly respond on this. So I have to pay 1,500 to activate my 20,000, which after doing that I've not seen because I'm a father. I'm a father. So that means I have to open SHA for the sake of my child in case of any eventualities which we don't know. Now there's something you what is this person saying?
He's saying there's something known as account activation that is mostly for level of hospital services like surgeries. I heard you guys talk about. That is just a comment, I think. So you activate account, yet the same viewer said that the accounts were frozen in 2024, but now you activate. Hey, so maybe we can talk. I don't have enough knowledge on that. I can't speak more than that.
Let us
on
not
your
only
name.
focus on the bad sides of the SHA.
Now,
If you look at the HIF, you could have Everybody,
For me,
somebody back in the village could not afford NHIF, but right now you can.
let
You
us
can
let us be
register in
realistic.
SHA.
You are lying.
Let me tell you.
You are
can
lying.
They are
register in
liars.
SHA,
That's what they
You are
promise.
lying.
The SHA will
You are
give
lying.
you a premium that
You are
you
lying.
You are
Accept
lying.
that. You are
Please
lying.
stop lying.
NHIF, people who are not in the government, they were paying 200 shillings a month. I can verify that information. Those who are working were paying 500 shillings every month. Now, those who are not working in any government institutions, they were not penalized. But those who are working, they were penalized if they failed to pay. And it was working very well. Only that, ukikuwa shida ya macho, haiguzi. Operation ya chest, haikuwa inaguza.
Surgeries.
Unaona? Surgery zingine tulikuwa inafanya. Lakini this part haikuwa inaguza. So let us not say that NHIF was not working. Ile
I think
kwanza
Chacha, as you are
there were-
giving you cannot be talking about SHA.
Chacha
You
for conveniently lying for us.
You
in
can
front
talk
of the
about
camera.
SHA.
It's very
Now-
nice.
No,
okay,
now-
did you use
Chacha, you are out of the camera.
Chacha, let me ask them this, please.
no, allow me clarify the information and finish.
Okay.
And we meet the next show with evidences.
Okay.
In fact, I'm going to ensure that the studio has around 3 cameras, such that you are lying with your 1 camera. So
Chacha, you know the
I was just
funny
waiting.
thing
just
with
wait,
us is
just
that they are
wait,
very
just
stubborn.
wait. You are okay. You are stubborn. Yes, I'm also stubborn.
No, the
nobody's
facts. No,
not
I'm not
stubborn.
stubborn. The facts are very
Now
stubborn.
let us. The only thing that I fear is that we lie to the public, which is not good. Let us talk of SHA. I've talked of NHIF, how it was
Because
working.
you used it, right?
I used it.
Did you even use? I did use the NHIF.
I used the NHIF. I
So-
used the
So the
NHIF.
two of you is lying.
I used
You used-
NHIF
you
because I believe when you were in Form 2 or 3, I was doing my bachelor's in media. I believe so.
Chacha, it
Can
doesn't
you talk
matter
about
where I
that?
was
So
when
let
I
us-
was using NHIF and where you were when you're using NHIF.
I'm just trying to say you did not use it directly. Maybe you used
My-
it by your parent.
my thing is.
No, let us be logical here.
When you
Sidio?
say NHIF, also say SHA.
Now I'm coming
Sure,
to
it's not
SHA.
working. That's why
Sure.
I'm saying it.
SHA is a good idea. It's a good
We
idea.
give flowers to that.
Very nice.
It's a good idea.
Idea is good.
Yes, the idea is good. Now, the methodology of working with it
The implementation.
is shambolic. In that, I am not employed. You are employed. You might find that the person who is not employed is expected to pay more premiums than the one who is employed.
Why? Because the person who is not employed is giving false information as he is registering in SHA.
Giving false information.
Yeah.
Is that what you are saying?
Yeah.
So you
Can
you
you-
can lie to the government successfully.
Yeah.
That you are employed.
No.
Let us be
Never
honest.
employed.
No,
My friend.
Chacha, understand what I'm
These
saying.
people are lying, Chacha. Let's move to other things.
No. Let me give him time.
Okay,
Maybe
correct.
there is something we don't know.
Yes,
Chacha,
yes. By
Yes.
the way,
When you are registering in SHA,
Mhm.
in fact, they ask you if you are employed and if you're not employed. And you fill in all the details. That will determine how much premium you're paying. Now, if you are not working, but you say that you have 20 cows, you own a good house, that is a blocked house, and you have, even this funding model, they evaluate you based on the needs. That is what SHA is doing. Now, the person who is working and the person who is, they are taxing more premium on the person who is working based on the information that they gave.
Now, I want to have clarity on you on working and not working. Let us be able to quite honest.
Yeah.
As I am of now, I cannot lie to the government that I've never gone past Form 4. I cannot lie to the government. Hata nilijaribu nyota. haiwezi enda because they know this person,
You have the data.
they have the data.
Sure.
Are you-
You can license it to the government.
Let him finish.
Okay.
Now, the government knows if I'm employed
Sure.
as we speak. The government knows.
But does
And
the
knows
government-
if not.
Eh.
Now, there is no way with your data that you are not employed, you can just fill in and the government accepts that you are employed.
But does the government know how many cows and goats do you have at home?
Well, you're discussing cows and goats. Okay, Shah is
Do
working.
you
Now-
does the government know the kind of house you are
Eddie,
staying?
Shah is working.
Let us be realistic here.
Sure. Let us be realistic.
Let us not be ideological. Let us be
Not
realistic.
ideological, because Chacha right now,
Shah is
if you
working.
download Shah app and you look at the kind of questions you're being asked, and what I'm telling you, and the
Now-
answers you give to those questions are what they're using to assess the kind of list and the
Now-
finish this, Mr. Chacha.
Finally,
Yeah.
as you,
Let's finish your
I'm
list.
allowing you to finish.
No,
I'm
I
allowing-
don't want to finish. I want to clarify something.
Hmm.
Based on the information you've given, it does not matter whether you're working or not. We are talking about the income.
Now,
Relax.
that's where the whole lot
Okay.
starts
you
in.
know, You know, Chacha. I think you've seen me silent for some time now. I've gotten to a point where I don't need to argue when I know I'm telling you the right thing, but you're arguing with something you don't understand. So I automatically lock. That's what has
So you've
happened.
locked.
That's what has happened right
You've
now.
locked.
Because I want to tell you what I've researched and I have the information, and you are telling me about something you've come with from the streets. The streets and the facts are two different things. What the emotions are saying out there are different from whatever is true and whatever is happening. Everybody is shouting now that Shah is not working. But in real sense,
It
the
is
same
working.
people who are shouting are the same people who are using Shah.
I believe you have misunderstood me. There's no point in my opinion I've said is working or not working.
Chacha.
Kidogo tu, I want to
locked,
I want to respond to Isaiah before the lock itself again.
It'll be far worse.
No.
I want you to listen to me. What I've said, the criterion that was used in NHIF was more practical than the one used in SHA. Imagine mimi nimekaa hivi, ninaamua tu kujifanya maskini. Sina ng'ombe, sina kuku. Are you seeing that?
Not employed.
I'm not employed. Na inaenda through.
But
Na
Chacha-
somebody
Anybody-
somebody who is employed and somebody who is employed again, na yeye anakuja anajibu hapo, I'm not employed. And the government does not verify that this person is lying. Unapata somebody in the government, mwenye government inalipa, government inamkata, alafu inamkata pesa kidogo because aliandika he is not employed. You know, that's what we call, the idea was good. Mimi nilianza kwa kusema the idea was good.
Implementation is wrong.
It's poor.
Implementation, kama ndio methodology. The methodology of having step to step. Tunafaa kuanzia hapa. Tunafaa kuassess hivi. Tunafaa kujua sasa at this point huyu mtu amekuwa employed.
Sasa,
Now-
Chacha,
No.
Sijui kama as much as you think I'm wrong.
I'm
When
getting
maintain his word.
I'm getting your point.
when Shah
Eddie,
gives you an
Eddie, Eddie,
interface
there is
where
something
you
you are
interact
saying.
with it one-on-one,
Eddie,
now that
Eddie,
methodology is
Eddie,
bad.
it was Isaiah's time that there was something he said that you should not forget. You said it doesn't matter whether you are employed or unemployed. What matters is the income. So as you continue, tell us where do you get this income if you are not employed?
Very nice.
Continue.
Welcome to my school. Of
You can be
economics.
self-employed.
Welcome to my school of economics, Mr. Christopher.
You are a teacher. You are not an economist. That is the fact.
No, it doesn't matter.
No, it matters.
You don't
It
know
matters.
Isaiah's.
Mr. Leo.
You don't have a school of economics. You are a teacher. So just be realistic.
I'm a teacher
Uh-huh.
who also teaches economics.
Where?
Very nice. Mr. Leo, you talked of warped logic.
Yes,
I'm very
and-
sure you are describing yourself.
No, why did you complain if I was describing myself?
Now,
you complained
now-
about
now-
it,
now-
that I
now,
was insulting
Mr.
you.
Chacha,
Mm-hmm.
those who are employed, their premiums are automatically deducted. They don't pay. Is that true or false in Shah?
They don't pay.
It
It's
is automatically
automatically.
deducted. So there is no way you are coming to tell me that the person supplied false information and is paying less. There is a standard payment procedure for all those who are employed.
My friend.
Okay, Shah is working.
Let
for
me
them.
let me speak without fear of contradiction.
Speak.
each and every long holiday, I am in a staff room. Even if you did not tell me that you are coming to check my phone, I can take you and show you I'm in a staff room. I'm even a staff member. I know I deal with their IT there. In fact, even my office has one gadget from that school. It's because I'm there. IT department. I can assure you, I print out their pay slips. Teacher A, who is the principal, the cutoff is very small compared to teacher C, who is even a before teacher.
Very, very nice. Now, in all that said and done, SHA has failed in that line. We accept.
You accept it as failed.
Good.
We continue, boss.
That now makes
There are
sense.
other things, right?
In that line.
And also believe, and I also accept that the money that was in NHIF has not reflected or has not been transferred to SHA. That also is a fail.
That's also
It's a fail. Where is the success?
very nice. With the money that was in NHIF not being transferred to the new system, when you go and get treatment, does SHA pay or does SHA demand for the money that was there previously?
Just like the way NHIF was working, you go there, you get treated, you continue paying. You know, in insurance, even if I take insurance today, and I get an accident tomorrow, the insurance will pay me, and I will continue paying the insurance.
Okay, so the problem
So
is...
let's not say that it will take money from NHIF. No, let's accept that NHIF money was taken away by some individuals.
Unknown.
Who are in the AACC?
I don't know where they are.
Accounted for. So EACC.
Those who are being held accountable.
Anyway, SHA is
Now,
working.
we've talked about SHA for almost, I don't know how long.
Because it's one of the things that this government brought in, and this government, to me, it had good ideas. And in fact, I am speaking as part of the person who was at the forefront. By then I was working in Ndizi TV, Africa. I was one personnel who used to go to their meetings. In fact, I was that very person who had this idea that the way they are putting their ideas down, then we see a better canon than the other one. But as you are saying, word by word, this government has come up with a certain way of knowing where are people trying to oppose me. I think maybe people from KIS are opposing me. Let me ensure they are divided. There's a structure in politics we call divide and rule. That's the principle they are trying to apply in this category.
Why are you saying that?
I'm saying because
I have a response.
I
have a counter for that.
But we should not be arguing on
We are not
rumors, or we should not be giving out
rumors.
our points on rumors.
Now,
Which cases are divided and who is
He said
dividing
example.
these
He
cases?
said example.
but I believe I said for example.
okay.
Okay,
Now,
okay,
Mr.
fine.
Chacha, Mr. Chacha, for that case, who has failed?
Who has failed?
Is it the divider or those who are being divided?
For me,
Constitutionally.
for me, I cannot even say both. The government. You know, if I want Olewa to work for me, the first thing I will ensure Olewa is lacking. So if Olewa is lacking,
Anakula. Anakosa ama anakula?
anakosa, lacking.
Lacking, not lying. Okay.
Literally, if Olewa is lacking, then I promise him that if you do this, I'll give you this. Automatically, I have to, Olewa must do that because
I'm in need.
are you saying?
Very nice.
So the government has pushed us, the civilians and the citizens, to lacking point, whereby now we must obey any command that you say. You say we shout, jump, we jump, because we want
Lie,
something.
lie.
If the government held a rally here in Kisi, and this government ensures that there is no subsidy in terms of transportation, there is no enticement, nobody will be found in that field. Nobody. But because they know if I go there, number one, transport catered, 1,500 for that day, nobody will miss there. And they must shout your songs.
Bribes with our money.
Are
Where
you,
is the evidence? Like,
You know,
you want to evidence? No.
so it is not after the
No,
event.
you want evidence.
Okay, Mr.
I want to assure
you
you.
know, those are very gross allegations.
Not even gross.
Very
They
gross.
are,
But I
they,
know
they are
things happen on
elegant.
the ground.
They are relevant
Yeah.
of it.
I am now Mr. Church.
I can.
Mr. Chacha.
I've been kissed enough.
long enough to see all those things.
I have
Now-
video evidences.
Now, Mr. Chacha.
Give
Mr.
us
Chacha.
reasons why to
Mr.
talk.
Video evidence on next meeting.
Mr.
video-
That was on
Mr.
Saturday.
Chacha.
No,
Chacha.
video
where
evidence.
The president is giving out 1,500 to
Eddie,
you.
Eddie, just a minute.
That
Mr.
is
Chacha.
fair.
No,
Didn't
the
say
president.
president.
The president might not give
But his agency.
directly, but his people will. His
Now,
dogs.
now, Mr. Chacha. At that point, who is the problem?
Is the leadership. The leadership has not empowered people. It is making them to lack so that
It was
they.
project with those money. It is not yours, of course. You know.
Now,
So-
let me tell.
so-
Let me clarify something.
You
We,
continue.
as the people, we have all the rights.
To do what?
What-
Yes,
what-
you
Wacha
have
Malaysia, yes.
to do what?
It is within our powers to tell those people, okay, I'll give you an example, then from the example we'll be able to draw the conclusion, like the lesson behind it. If you go to Mjengo right now, from morning to evening, it is 500 shillings. Then you get to a slot where you will not work, then I tell you to leave by Sasaba, I give you 300. Then I give you another option. You work till evening, I give you your 500 shillings. Which one can you fall for?
I have to work
You have to work.
completely. I get enough pay.
Now that's where we have failed as a country.
Now
It is.
As a country who's leading the country.
Let me.
okay, it's okay. It's okay.
Let me-
It's okay. It's okay. You are.
There is a point I'm trying.
There's a point he's trying to.
When you- when you're
Isaiah,
talking-
it's your time. Speak.
When you're talking, I don't.
I'm
interrupt.
agitated by what you are saying. I don't have a problem with you talking. But what are you
Well,
talking?
you're forcing me to. I don't want.
Okay.
To that one.
We failed as a country.
Isaiah.
We failed
As
as
a
a
country.
people. We failed as a people. Why?
No, not as a
Because
country.
as a country.
Yes,
We're
both
leading
the
country because-
civilians and the.
Because one, you've talked of us being divided, the divide and rule thing.
Yeah.
The divide and rule thing will only apply when we don't understand our role as constitutionally as the people. Our role first is to give the government powers. The government does not have power over us. If any case, any leadership is making a mistake, the constitution gives us the powers and the procedures to recall any government, any leader that is not working. Now that is failure
Thank
number
you.
one.
Thank you. Thank you.
Failure number two.
Thank you.
I want to before you shift. Hold the number two. Hold number two. Number one, the people did not fail. We tried. The order was given. Shoot the legs.
I've been in
Right
the
one.
meeting.
Very nice. Very
Tried
nice.
what,
The
Chacha?
constitution.
Chacha, you should be specific
We tried.
to say
Shoot the
we
leg.
tried
Why are you not
what?
in the
Where did
Are you not in Kenya?
Are you just
No,
from
I'm in
Mass?
Kenya.
Someone is maybe you're
Chacha
just
should
from
be
Mass.
So you're
Chacha.
okay with that statement?
Chacha.
No, I'm not saying I'm okay
Chacha.
with anything.
You are
But
saying-
I'm
you need
just
to get
saying-
me.
You're okay with the
I got
I'm
I got you
telling
clearly.
Chacha to be
Now
said-
I want
specific.
I said no.
I got you
No.
clearly.
Before
You
you
said as the people we failed.
Because-
Let me clarify my point as well. I said the order came and said shoot on the legs. For that we said okay, you want to shoot on the legs? No. Let us now do your way.
But now come to the burnout. We send you home.
Very nice.
We send you home.
Mr. Chacha,
Yes.
are you aware that the constitution gives you, Chacha, the powers to recall? Recall, I mean, we are not here to 2027. We are here in 2020. Actually, we were in 2025. You can recall an MP, a governor, a senator, an MCA to bring him back home, remove him from the position remains vacant, and in 30 days you are allowed to go for an election.
Are you also aware that the same people you're mentioning can use the force of man to suppress you so that you don't voice that which is disturbing you, like you're saying you're complaining. That's all.
And if you let us be
I
realistic.
talked about forced abductions. You don't forget. The moment you say, okay, I want to recall this one. Oh, Eddie disappeared. Oh, Levi disappeared.
Have you
Okay.
ever
Why
tried
are those people disappearing? Why are those people disappearing? Because the
I
same
let them disappear, I
people
don't
who are
know.
making them disappear are citizens
I
who have
don't
not
know.
understood
Well,
their
yeah.
role.
You supporting this government strongly.
I'm not supporting right now. Right
you
now,
are
I'm-
time. You wanted to lead again.
Okay, Mr. Kri.
Yeah.
I'm not talking on behalf of the government right now. Right now, I'm telling us, okay, this is the civic education, the constitutional right of an individual.
That's why I'm
the
saying.
Constitution is not there for any government. Actually, the most powerless thing in the country right now is the government, because all the powers have been taken down to the Mwananchi. It is the
Do they have
citizen
that
who has the
Do
powers.
they exercise it freely? Let's be honest.
You are not exercising the power.
Let me
you
ask you an
don't
honest
know.
question. Let me ask an honest question. And this question goes in this in form of two. One, are we independent? That's one. Number two, do you think we use the constitution?
Of course, that is
We are
what's
independent.
guiding us.
Independence. We are very independent as Kenyans. Number two, we are not using the constitution because we don't know. We have the best constitution that gives
Why
all
don't
the
we know?
powers, because we are not looking for the information.
Ignorance.
We've left
At one
the
point, we
constitution
don't know what
for
it
the
is.
lawyers. It is not for the
Okay.
lawyers. The constitution was formulated for the mwananchi wa kawaida. All the powers were taken from the politicians, from the leaders, to the person, to the individuals, the citizens. We have all the powers.
Yeah,
The reason why we are in all this deep problem is because we do not understand the constitution.
Who is we?
The citizens of the
Okay,
country.
okay, Olewe.
That is why I'm saying
Okay.
I was answering, giving a response to a second factor. You talked of us being given handouts. Handouts, it's because still we do not understand our role as the people. We do not understand that these people, the money they are using to bribe us is the same money they're supposed to be using for projects.
Do you accept handouts are given?
Handouts are given from the government,
By your government.
from Kenyatta's government to now.
No, let's talk about this government.
No, why should we focus on this
You are not
government
in
when-
Kenyatta's
Okay,
government.
okay.
Okay,
neither were
the
you in
problem,
Moi's
the
government.
problem, the problem we are having is because we are too emotionally
Nobody is
agitated
emotional.
against this government. We do not understand the root of the problem. Let me give you the root of the problem.
But
There
there's
is
a problem.
There is a problem,
Your
and we are
government.
deep inside the problem. So we need to understand the root of the problem
hey.
so that we know the solution. The biggest problem we are facing as a country is unemployment. We all agree. That is the truth. What is the origin of unemployment in this country? It is not Ruto's problem. It is not Uhuru's problem. It is not Kibaki. Kibaki tried to solve it, but he created the informal sector. The root of unemployment in this country begins way back in 1963, when the British went to their motherland. They left us with industries that were running. One is the textile industry. The textile industry, for them to ensure that they control, I told you that this country has never been free. So for the British to continue controlling us, they brought in cheap clothes. The one I'm putting on.
You know, you have answered, you have answered yourself the first question that we are never independent.
We are never independent.
Thank you.
That's-
Tuendelee
that's-
sasa. You will end up answering yourself. Let's continue.
I'm coming to clarify everything.
Not yet Uhuru.
Not yet Uhuru.
Thank you. Let's
Very
continue.
nice. Now, these people, for them to continue controlling us, they brought cheap clothes that were more expensive than the clothes that we were producing as the people. Now, cheap clothes have come in, and you are working in a textile industry. You personally who are working in a textile industry, you will go buy the cheap clothes. As a result, your clothes, the products you produce are not selling. The industry will do what? Will close down. From that, there is unemployment that has set in from the textile side. There is the part of the leather tanning side. They brought in cheap shoes from their sides. The leather tanning manufacturing has died. Now, from that point, unemployment has been a problem since now.
Until now.
Until now, it is a problem.
No.
It is not a problem that began in Ruto's regime. It is a
Okay,
problem. Please, let me. Okay.
Please,
Am I
but
making
also-
sense?
You are not.
For me, you are making.
For me, you are not.
Now let me.
For me, you are making.
Let me finish.
And
making
because
my-
I'm the one who asked you the question, kindly clarify it for the sake of
Then
me
I make
and
a
the
comment.
viewers.
Yes.
Now, for the sake of you and the viewers. Now, for us to solve the problem, the first thing we need to, I say 2027, okay, the reason why I'm agitated, okay, I'm supporting the government right now, it is not because I like the government so much, but I'm trying to look at the alternatives that we have. We do not have an alternative.
So you
Why?
better dive in.
The people that are there as alternatives do not have a plan that will make us last. These people are only agitated to remove this government so that they continue with the same problems that we've had. If we can be logical enough, we'll see that let's survive with this government, because there is a new wave that is rising. And it is going to take us Let me finish. It is going to take us a very long time to give a civic education for the people to understand themselves and for the people to understand the powers that they have. It is not going to take 2 years. It might take more than past 2027. But come 2032, we will be in our right mind so that we vote the right leaders.
Okay.
You are not in the right mind because you do not understand.
Let us have this in mind. Let us have this in mind. Let us not lie to ourselves that we will continue taking poison just because we don't have an option.
Let's take it until we die. What if we die?
That's what one thing I want to know. If we put Matiang'i here and we put Ruto here, on honest grounds, we weigh when maybe 6 months when you are in office and the 3 years that you have been in office, we weigh and see what remarkable thing
is directed to me.
I'm just
asking.
I'm just asking even the,
okay, I'll give response to the question.
What about us?
If we ask ourselves between Ruto and Matiang'i, who actually performs or who did something that we can be able to say this thing was courtesy of this person?
Very nice. Right now we're already in the hole. Let me begin from that side.
We are
now in the hole. We need to get a plan of how to get out.
Yes.
Before we get the plan of how to get out, we have 2 alternatives. We have Matiang'i and we have Ruto.
Very nice.
Ruto has his faults and his successes. Matiang'i has his faults and his successes.
Okay.
We are in 2027 at the ballot. Okay, we are 2026 right now.
Planning for 2027.
Planning for 2027. These 2 people, who has a plan? Does Matiang'i have a plan right now?
Can you get this question? All of them have been in office. Give them 6 months each in the office that they were in. Ruto and
who is a performer?
So who is a performer? That is the question. Don't go.
The question is who is a performer?
Yes.
I'm saying Ruto is a performer.
Okay.
Why? Because Ruto came with a plan in 2022. Okay, the first thing, Ruto ended the regime that I was explaining, that was the dynasty thing. That Kenya was being controlled from outside. It ended with Ruto. Why am I saying so? Listen to the debates that Mr. President has been having outside the country since Aingie. There is no president who has had such kind of debates. Therefore, nobody advocates for Pan-Africanism as he advocates. That one we all agree.
You know.
The second thing, the plan
for me nakuanga na mgara muwe na haki yako fanya nini? Mpe. But you have skipped
at his
a
capacity,
question.
Okay.
Diplomatic capacity, you can talk of the
what one thing, Honor?
I'm coming.
Let us, for example,
I'm coming to answer that thing. That
When,
question that you asked. Ruto came with a plan in 2022. If we read the Kenya Kwanza manifesto, you've read it.
Yes, I've read
you've
it.
realized that 90% of whatever was said has been
has
implemented.
not been.
Don't lie.
The ones that have not, the ones that relax.
What have not been implemented?
The ones that have not been implemented, there has been a try.
You're lying,
But
man.
somebody
My
stopped
friend,
those things in the court.
My
An
friend,
example, I'll give you. Let's be honest.
Okay.
Let me give you an example.
90% implemented, surely.
Let me give you an example. The first thing, the reason why people are opposing Ruto for the housing project
Let us bring your
is because
10, then we bring our 90.
the reason why most people are opposing the president is because it is said that it is aligned that most of the materials that are used in the affordable housing thing are produced from his industry. Then that one brings us to another question.
My friend Isaiah, you are speaking out of lack of ideas concerning the housing.
Ignorance.
The housing was never in the manifesto. Was never, as I said earlier,
It
was
was
in
there.
fact
It was there.
it was never there.
It was there.
What was number 2?
The
Number
thing-
1 was
okay,
employment.
I have
Number 2 was housing.
Mr. Chacha, housing.
The Kenya Kwanza,
Housing
the
was
Kenya
there.
Kwanza manifesto was based on 7 agenda. Number 1, employment. Number 2, housing. Number 3, manufacturing. Number 4, this micro and small businesses that we were talking about. Number
You know,
6, healthcare.
you are
Number
s-
5, healthcare. Number 6 and number 7, I might forget, but the housing was there. Number
I want to rephrase
Chacha,
again.
Chacha.
I want to rephrase again.
I read
and
the manifesto even yesterday. Housing was there. Sawa. That it was there, I can confirm.
Leta,
It was there.
nataka nikwambie
The problem is-
nataka nikwambie mbona nasema haikukuwa.
Okay, let me listen to your side.
Just listen.
Mhm.
I was in Nairobi 2018 as a first year multimedia. Na kazi nilikuwa nafanya ni mjengo hapo Mkuru kwa Ruben. Nyumba zenye ndio ameenda kupaka rangi na kusema yeye amejenga. Tukuja hapa Kisii. Hapa hivi Nyanchwa. Hizo nyumba pale zilijengwa kitambo sana. Zimepakwa rangi zikaitwa housing. Nyumba zenye ameanza kujenga from the ground ziko Ogembo na haone sasa zijaisha. Engineers can tell you nyumba yenye iko like some story buildings kwenda juu, you cannot build it within 2 years na useme imeisha. It needs time. That means if housing was his, it was poached idea.
Let me give you the
On
origin
the
of
poached
housing.
idea,
Okay.
okay, it was there. The poached idea, now the problem is the promises against the implementation. As I told you, and you can confirm because read the manifesto, 250,000 units annually, right? Later it needs to 200,000. But now, as you speak, how many years? They are around 3.5 years, right? Done houses are less than 10,000.
I want to repeat
Question
this.
is-
I want to repeat
Okay,
is
there is
I was a
something-
UDA that I had. All those manifestos zenye mnazungumzia, unaona hiyo housing hiyo affordable housing was never there. Because those people who are in the government wangesikia kuna house levy. Hata mimi ningesikia house levy like inaenda kukatwa pesa ya kwenda kujenga, nikijua mimi ni mtu nasajijengea kwangu, nitakuwa naendelea kukatwa pesa, sijui inaenda wapi. Tuna
1.5%.
hatujui inaenda wapi. Sijui kama mnaelewa chenye nasema. Nobody could have accepted that. Hiyo
Can you talk
kitu,
about agriculture?
I'm getting,
That is the core.
I'm getting your point.
are you getting the point?
Now, the origin of the housing thing is the Vision 2030 agenda that was formulated in 2010.
Very
The
nice.
Nusumkate government. That was
Very
the origin.
nice.
But in 2010 till 2013, it was never implemented by Kibaki. Tunakubaliana ama tuna? It was a pilot project was carried out by Raila in Kibera. Tunakubaliana ama tuna? Some few in Kisumu.
Hapo
The
tuko
second, the
sawa.
second regime was
The Urus.
the Uru's regime never implemented that.
They did.
But not
Mpaka nimekuambia mimi nimefanya kazi kwa hiyo house project.
Ignorance, I'm telling you.
Mpaka
Aya,
mimi
let me tell you.
uwezi
Uhuru-
mpaka nimekuambia hivi, si ame launch nyumba 2023 ya kwanza. Ilijengwa saa ngapi? So you know, I'm trying to give sense here and listen from that perspective. Nyumba ni ujenge ghorofa ya zile manini kwenda juu mpaka unasikia 9th floor, 10th floor. You cannot build it in a month. Because ukiweka nini ya kwanza floor 1 kuna a duration nyumba inafaa ikauke.
How long?
There's a duration, even if 3 months to 6 months, there's a duration.
Stewarding, whatever, process.
It's a process.
Hata unaweza soma hapo. Then ndio hiyo nyumba iende mpaka ifike that 9th floor, it will need at least 4.5 years. Now kuna finishing. Ukifanya finishing hiyo nyumba inafaa kukonga 5 years. Ruto hajamaliza 5 years. But unaona nyumba zimejengwa Ruto uongo.
Zingine zinaanguka.
Now,
Hakuna yenye imeanguka na hapo
I want to give us a very,
Sasa,
a very
Yes.
practical
maybe in
example.
Kisumu,
Mm.
in Kisumu, somewhere called Lumumba, affordable houses have been running there, and currently Makasembo was launched, and Makasembo was started when President Ruto was in government. That is Makasembo phase 1. Lumumba phase 2.
How many floors?
They're around 12.
12 floors.
Yeah.
Hey.
And I remember those times I used to go to Kisumu Poly. Makasembo was the railway. Those people from railway were staying there, and President started that project, and it was finished.
Mister,
Currently,
just allow me.
Engineers will say-
just a statement.
the Lumumba,
If you allow me.
Engineers will tell you
You
that is not realistic.
Skia. Hii manifesto tu yenu hii hapa UDA. Increase. If you increase, it means it was already there. Correct. Answer yourself. increase supply of new housing to 250,000 per annum, and percentage of affordable housing supply from 2% to 50%.
Very nice.
Okay, for me it mean argument yangu is right that they were there.
They were there.
Tunaongeza.
So he promised to increase by what? 250k?
Now,
It has not happened.
ndio hiyo nilikuwa
Let's
nakwambia,
accept.
ndio hiyo nilikuwa nakwambia nyumba ya above 9-story building you cannot build it within hata hizi zenye ndogo ndogo mnaonanga hata hapa Kisii University. Hapo ngamba kuna nyumba hata haijafunguliwa mpaka saa hii. Na ni nyumba yenye ni 3rd floor, wow. 5th floor imefika, but still ni udambiwa ijakauka vizuri.
So can we just give us reasons why 2 term, 1 term? Because
we do not.
We are blaming ourselves.
No, the idea is
Ngoja Chacha. We should not focus so much about 2 term, 1 term. We should focus on governance.
facts in the ground.
Facts on the ground. We should focus on what will be very good for us, what will be ideal for us as the citizens. What if right now we all turn against the president and vote in another government, and the government makes the same mistakes? We should be focusing on the long-lasting solution. What is the long-lasting solution? It is not removing one thief and replacing with another thief.
Very nice.
It is clearing with that class once
the
and
system.
for all.
Who's the thief?
The system
Okay.
once and for all.
Okay.
Let me finish it. I was finishing on the housing thing.
Just finish.
On very honest opinion, and I can see time is not on our side. In fact, it is past 11. It's past 11. So we have to sum up. Then tomorrow, maybe on Saturday, we restructure
we
again.
come back again.
We might not give the.
But you must give reasons why we are saying 2 term or 1 term, right?
What is this I'm saying?
You are clarifying on housing allowance. Not individual. That's what you are saying.
Okay.
You are giving clarification on housing.
Okay. Let me.
The main reason is it is because the agenda that was there is being implemented on the ground.
So my people are saying that as from next time, kindly give us a number we call. We ask directly. Also, Thunderboy KE from the other side anasema Shais has come. I don't know. He married zake. Then we have John from Raganga says the idea of the show is all right. Kindly schedule well in time. That's good to have had you. Then there is Zachary from KNP anasema next time have one person from the government and another and one from the anti-government. So the money yake. Then Becky anarudia kusema you guys you are good but next time have verifiable facts. Then we have Kennedy from Ogembo. Here at Ogembo, the houses are not yet done, and we don't see them being done that soon.
But they are there.
They are there. Then this is David. David says the idea of the show is okay. Kindly check on time, and next time make sure the sound is very okay. Thank you. We have heard you. Then we have Joseph from Kisii University anasema I'm watching you from the University Avenue. I don't know you happy. And I would like next time when you invite kwa show. Okay, we'll work on that. Then there is Esther Isendi from Bungoma anasema you guys mnaingia mkipotea, work on the signal next time. Okay, that one has been heard. Then this is Naomi debate from Nandi Hills anasema hata mimi natoka Nandi Hills but kuna kitu haiendi poa. Then we have Rioba anasema hello Chacha. I think the show is well but it needs good timing and good marketing because we need to power up. Okay, hii ni maoni yake. And the lastly that is Kiplangat Kirui. I trust the government but I don't trust Ruto.
The government is assisting representative. So
kindly 1 minute each because of time. Tumalizie hapo.
I think I'll finish because I started. You can start. Is it fair?
Thank you very much for hosting this show tonight. It was a fiery one, and and few things. Facts are very stubborn. That is one. Number two, we should not only be focusing on the bad side of the government project, because this government is a government for all of us. Even if we're planning to send it home, it's a government that we are having right now. It's better than nothing. That is what I can say. The last thing is that vijana tuchukue kura, tukue kadi, and that is the only way we'll make perfect choices that we want, the kind of leaders that we want. Thank you very much, and until next time.
Yes, one word, Isaiah.
Thank you very much for staying with us till this late. It's a privilege. It's not a right. Now, my only message to the young people of this country is that it is upon us to liberate this country for the last time. It's time we need to understand the Constitution. There are very many things that we are overlooking that, but they come to catch up with us later. The first thing, we need to understand the Constitution, because everything is in the Constitution. Every problem that we seek to correct is in the Constitution. The second thing, we need to look at the long-term vision. We should not be very focused on the short-term things. We should create a system that will be serving us and the next generation. The preamble of our Constitution states very well that, okay, those who wrote it stated that we give this Constitution to ourselves and to the next generation, which means those who wrote it, they expected the people of that generation to read the Constitution. Now, to the next generation, we were supposed to be taught. It has not been taught to us. Let's look for the Constitution, read and understand the Constitution. Before electing any government in office, read and understand the manifesto of the government. Do not elect blindly, basing yourself on tribal lines and turning a blind eye on anything that might either come to harm us in the future or might be good. Let's not operate emotionally. Let's be logical in most of the things that we are doing, and our country, Kenya, will be great again. Kenya belongs to all of us. We are here to stay, and we are here to enjoy the good things that are there for our country. Let's look for the right information. That is the basic thing. The Constitution, and read the manifesto of each and every government. Thank you. Until we meet again next time.
Yes, Olewe.
Thank you. Said 1 minute, but I was one time alone, so maybe I may take 1.5. Now, thank you for watching, guys. As you can see here, this is not I'm a registered voter. I'm not sure if my friends are. If they are not, then maybe they'll make it a point to do so. Well and good. I want to use one of the last statements of Ruto's manifesto. He said that the power is in your hands. So my urge to all of us, to the youth and even the others, is that let's take votes, and when it comes to 2027, let's make the right decisions. It is our duty to point out the wrong things that are happening, and then, if possible, give someone else a chance of correcting the wrong things that they've done. As my friends have said, let's understand the Constitution and work on it. Let's be practical. Let's not try to demean or go against the Constitution. If you understand this, then things will be easier. And so, because I believe that next time will also be here, I will encourage my friends to come with the facts. Like, if I mention something, it is a fact, it can be verified. Let's not assume things. I believe that you join me in this journey. It is to Kokadi, to Kura. There is an increment of 50,000 voters. Youth to turn out about 87,000. That is still low. If you're serious, then you can do it. Otherwise, thank you for watching, and good night. I was Olayo Christopher.
Thank you. And I'm the host that is invisible for today. Next time, I will make sure the cameras are all operating. I'm your host, Chacha Mosomi, and it was a pleasure to have you on this show. Wadau, it is nice to have you, and I think we can make this show great if we compact it very well. Na sometimes we naweza kuwa tuko rough and tough, but the fact is we are either in one way messed by the government, and or the other way we have been advantaged by the government. So next time we weigh which one is bigger than the other. So we will I will ensure we have enough clips that we will be playing, that you see the clips, then we analyze from the clips. That's how the show will be running next time. Until then, have a nice